Yo guys, so welcome back to this new stream here on the channel, because on today's stream we're going to discuss the Bitcoin price action, because Bitcoin right now is massively pumping towards the upside in literally the past 5 minutes. So on today's stream we're going to discuss the Bitcoin currency, price action and much more here. So guys, if you're ready for this, don't forget to right away slap up that like button and let's jump right away in towards the charts, because this is way too interesting to look at right now here. So going in towards the charts, guys, it does look quite interesting. Bitcoin, of course, coming all the way up here towards these higher ranges of this resistance line. And so far, it looks to be, of course, we have been not officially breaking through the range higher, but it does clearly looks like we are finding some resistance on the top side. So, what you can see here, Bitcoin on the past 2 hours climbing up very quickly. Well, it came down, of course, the hours before. But on today's stream, I want to be talking about what is very likely to expect right now for Bitcoin, what is very likely to be playing out here in the coming months ahead of ourselves, coming weeks and coming days ahead of ourselves. So quite a lot of things to discuss today here. And as well, a thing that we have to be going over today is, of course, the CME gap. So Bitcoin currently created a new CME gap. And of course, to make a very good view for you guys out there, where the CME gap currently is trading on, it is trading above us. So we have a CME gap here. And let me make this real quickly with a text inside of it here. It is this CME gap over here. And let me quickly pull this up over here. We have the CME gap that is, of course, clearly trading above us, what could be helping us to push up the price section further on towards higher ranges, of course. So CME gap, of course, trading around the 53.6K here above us. What does mean right now, what does clearly shows us right now, that it is extremely likely to expect Bitcoin to continue its trend towards the upside as well, to of course fill up the CME gap. But of course, in order for Bitcoin to push up towards higher ranges, there are some very critical levels that we have to be breaking right now here, because like you can see, Bitcoin has been approaching resistance, this level on the top side provided this resistance several times before in this trend here. And like you can see, currently on this 1 hour candle, we're still getting rejected. But of course, what is going to be very important for this 1 hour candle right now here is that we're going to close it above. So still another 52 minutes to go till we're going to close this 1 hour candle. And of course, everything can still be playing out here. And this 1 hour candle could easily see a further continuation towards the upside. So it's going to be very interesting about what we're going to be having and what we're going to be seeing today here. As well, you can clearly see the lower side of support as well getting respected. So previous resistance flipping into support over here, and once again enabling us to of course see a very strong support advance from this range. So I'm personally really looking at some kind of an parallel channel towards the downside. And of course, since we have been in a downtrend, what we do want to be seeing over here is that we're going to be breaking the top side of resistance in order to see a continuation further on towards the upside. Of course, we do know Bitcoin has been coming down pretty quickly from the past week here, and especially the weekend. And of course, the higher time frames are maybe looking a little bit worse right now. But let's just wait and see and how it's going to be playing out. But if Bitcoin can be trading back above the 50,000 US dollars, it could be very good for Bitcoin. And I've said it several times before. I do personally think if Bitcoin is going to close below the 50K on Sunday, so it's going to be opening the Monday candle below the 50,000 US dollars, it is a little bit more likely to assume that Bitcoin is all going to be trying to go for a push up back towards the highs in the coming week ahead of ourselves. So that's definitely a thing that we could be anticipating right now here. Of course, there could be always some more sell pressure coming towards us, since we did saw a very significant pullback here, and people are starting to get afraid here. And of course, talking about people being afraid, we do know, if we're going to look at the fear and greed index, that Bitcoin has been not trading on these levels for a very long time here. Like you can see right now here, we're trading on 16 on the index, guys. And of course, you maybe think, oh, this is just a stupid index to look at. But no, this is not just a stupid index. This is an index you should be definitely look at to determine when it is a good average buy zone or a good average sell zone. So like you can see over here, extreme fear rules in the market. Last time around, we did saw the 16 on the index getting visited. We were trading, of course, on July 2021 here. And of course, guys, we all do know what happened on July 2021 here, of course, because if we're going to look back in hindsight, July 2021 was one of the best accumulation ranges, of course, out of there in the market. So as well, Bitcoin on the 4-hourly candles falling pretty fast towards the downside right now. It does look like we're seeing some kind of a consolidation period getting enabled. We're seeing a sideways action period for Bitcoin, where we are just trading on the 49,000 US dollars approximately. And if you're going to look at the horizontal level, You can clearly see here on this chart, top side on the 4-hour candle is getting rejected every single time, like we have been anticipating yesterday in the video. And of course, what we do want to be seeing right now here is, of course, this 1-hour candle close above of this high. And of course, if Bitcoin can close a, sorry, I say 1 hour, but I mean, if Bitcoin can close a 4-hour candle above of the range high here, yeah, then we could be for sure well look for this further increasement towards the upside. So I'm definitely look forward towards what we could be getting from this point. But what we are talking about is Bitcoin is flipping its candle back in towards a very big wick right now here. So indeed, there's still quite a lot of sell pressure in the market. And let's see how it's going to be playing out here. Still another 50 minutes in this candle, but so far it looks to be the volatility and the volume is really running up here as well. Today we're going to talk about what we could be expecting with the stock market. And I'm going to go a little bit further in towards in a second, because yes, guys, today is going to be a very big day for the stock market, because you know, guys, the stock market has quite a lot of influence on Bitcoin. We do know that. So if I'm going to real quickly open an extra trading view chart here, let me real quickly go to the US 500. What are we going to be seeing today with the stock market? So early today, we already rise pretty significantly, like you can see here in the stock market. So this is, of course, having a little bit more of a bullish edge here. So if the stock market is going to open, it's going to open a little bit higher. That's a little bit positive. But today is the day that Evergrande have to be paying their debts. So is it going to be finished here today? That's going to be the real big question. It's going to be very exciting about what's going to be playing out here with the Evergrande, etc. So it's going to be a pretty big day for the stock market today here. Of course, you can clearly still see we're forming a downward slope resistance line. This is going to be a level that we have to be breaking through here, while Bitcoin is flipping its candle back almost in towards the red here. But this is going to be a crucial level to be as well breaking here on the stock market. So I'm looking forward towards, and I'm waiting to see, of course, when we are going to see this level getting broken, because yeah, so far it's been proving us a downward sloping trend here. And if we could be breaking this downward sloping trend, this could be having a little bit more of a bullish edge here on the market. And this could be having a little bit more of a bullish, play out, of course, for this market. But yeah, so far, Bitcoin looks to be flipping its candle in towards the red here. So it's definitely very exciting here. It's definitely very exciting here. Let me. So Bitcoin, indeed, very exciting what we do have over here. We're flipping a very big 1 hour candle all the way back in towards the red here. So, well, we just saw a massive pump here on the 1 minute candles, like you can see over here. We came down already very quickly afterwards. So, Bitcoin pushing up towards resistance right away, got rejected by it, like you can see on the 1 minute candle. And since of that point, we moved down further on. So Bitcoin, of course, looking to flip its 1 hour candle in towards the red over here. This is, of course, a little bit more of a bearish buy schedule if we're going to close this ball in towards the red here. But let me go right now over some things here that are going to be very important to look at. So let me discuss right now the daily and the weekly time frame for Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, first of all, daily time frame. What are we doing here? Bitcoin daily time frame. Of course, previous resistance over here, support so far. So what do we want to be seeing? We want to be seeing this horizontal level of the 48.3K holding us up very well here. If this is the horizontal level can hold us up here on the market, this is going to be providing a very strong bounce back to higher range. If we do fail to hold on towards this horizontal line on the Bitcoin daily candle close, Bitcoin is going to see a continuation towards the downside here, of course. So Bitcoin is going to see a more significant move down here towards the 42K range. So please take that as well in consideration. Bitcoin could be seeing this drag down here from this point as soon as we do see a daily candle close below this level. In terms of the RSI, Bitcoin is, of course, on the wider scale forming a hidden bullish divergence from the previous low over here on the market. But still, Bitcoin about to go oversold right now here. Bitcoin looks to be continuing its downtrend here. So far, we're not seeing a clear signal of a reversal. But if we're going to look at the MACD here, as soon as we're going to be finding a bottom, and as soon as Bitcoin could be right now, of course, let's say, see a curve back up here, and let's see Bitcoin could be curve back up towards, let's say, a range around 55 or 50K here. This could be enabling, of course, a beautiful flattened curve here on the MACD, what could be resulting then, of course, this bullish divergence to play out on the MACD, what could be then result in, of course, an extreme good buying opportunity. So please take this in consideration. This could be a very good opportunity that you could be having then in the market, but this is, of course, still all to play for. This could be taking another few days still. It's going to be playing out here, but for sure, yes, it's going to be quite an exciting one, and it's going to be a very interesting few daily candles that we're going to close right now here on the market. So one of the most important charts that I think we should be right now looking at here is the Bitcoin weekly chart. And of course, I do see a particular big warning shot here on the weekly time frame, because Bitcoin on the weekly time frame, I already tweeted about it, like you can see over here, the Bitcoin bull market support band. So this has been an indicator that has been showing us several times before, when we are, of course, in these bullish territories of Bitcoin, or when we are in a little bit more bearish territories of Bitcoin. And what you can see right now here is that the bull market support band failed to hold us on here towards the upside. So we saw a very significant amount of candles towards the upside. And as well, last time around here in September, this level provided us very strong support here. And this level really holds us up here in the previous run up towards the upside. Right now, if we're going to be looking towards the bull market support band, it looks to be that previous weekly candle closed below it, and that the bull market support band is flipping red again here. So we're seeing a bearish crossover getting enabled on the bull market support band. What is having a little bit more of a bearish edge on the market as well right now. So this is, of course, not looking good here. Last time we came below the bull market support band, we saw, of course, approximately 84-day low here in the market, an 84-day reaccumulation phase in the market. And this is, of course, a major warning shot fired to everyone. I think this is, of course, an important thing to look at. Of course, if we're going to look at different moving averages here on the EMA ribbon, you can clearly still see, I personally will say, as long as we're holding up the lower range as well, we're going to be good here. But still, there could be a very big scenario right now on Bitcoin unfolding that we're going to see a multi-week market low here before curving back up here towards higher ranges. We could be well see a multi-week market low here before curving back up here. So please do expect that as well in your scenarios. Of course, we do right now are looking to, let's say, towards the $53,000 as a CME gap. But yeah, $53,000 is, of course, just literally the range high, and that could be providing us a very strong resistance in the short term. So if Bitcoin is going to be moving up a little bit here, it could be providing a lot of resistance on the top side. Personally, I'm not looking to sell at all right now. Still, I'm going to be looking for, of course, more accumulation along the way down here. The lower the market is going to go, the more I will be benefiting from it. But for sure, there could be a period of another reaccumulation phase for maybe an approximately few weeks here. And of course, if we're going to be comparing this stuff here, you can but yeah, if we're going to compare this stuff here, yeah, we could be maybe look for similar price search as price action that we're going to see once again Bitcoin and go in a multi-week low here before then start to curve up once again back towards all-time highs here and towards higher ranges on the market again. So yeah, I'm looking forward towards what we could be getting from that point. And of course, if we're going to be unfolding such kind of a market structure, to be very honest, is this healthy market structure? It is definitely healthy market structure. So in the bigger scale, is it all too bad? No, it just gives us more time to be accumulating cheaper amounts of Bitcoin. That's, of course, a lovely thing to see here. But yeah, on the imminent short term, we could be maybe look for Bitcoin to climb up higher as soon as we do break the downward slope resistance line that, like I, of course, already told everyone about here. But as long as Bitcoin is not breaking this downward slope resistance line here on the 1 hour candles, I do not think that we could be seeing an exponential surge towards the upside getting generated. So right now, we're still 42 minutes away before closing the 1 hour candle here on the market. This 1 hour candle close is going to be relatively very important in my opinion. The reason why I'm saying so is because, yeah, the volume is already pretty high here. And if we're going to get another rejection, yeah, by the range high over here, I would not love to see it, of course. So let me see what the chat is saying here in the chat here. The CME gap will be not get filled here. Guys, let me know in the chat here. Will the CME gap get filled here? Let me quickly make a poll up here. Will the CME gap get filled, guys? Let me know in the chat here. Make sure to vote here on the poll. And some people are maybe going to say buy Bitcoin. I see some people being extremely bearish whatsoever. How can Bitcoin go to 30K if Musk buying zone is 34K? I've never said Bitcoin is going to 30K. I've never said that before. Now, of course, if I say there's going to be a reaccumulation phase on Bitcoin, it's going to be a maximum low of 42K here. It's not going to go below 42K, and we could be maybe see such kind of a structure, right? So no, I'm not so bearish on Bitcoin that we could be seeing Bitcoin going below 30K. That's never going to be happening. In my opinion, I don't really think Bitcoin is going to go below 30K ever again in history. I've been, of course, saying and tweeting about it several times already. But so, excuse me. Give me a second. So yeah, I don't really think that's going to be happening over here. But of course, we always should be taking every scenario in play here, and especially since we right now do see the bull market support band getting broken, we could be maybe in for a multi-week market low here, multi-week market reaccumulation phase. And of course, a multi-week market reaccumulation phase could be have maybe a little bit more of a bearish edge here on Bitcoin. Maybe people will be starting to get shaken out here. And of course, the whole point of these multi-week market lows here, and that's the reason why we do have them several times a year, multi-week lows here on the market, just like we got over here. The reason why we do get this is for the people that right now saying the bull market's over, Bitcoin is going to 30K. The people that are saying that, that's the reason why we do have these, because the people that are weekends, the people that can't hodl their Bitcoin for dips, are the people that are going to get shaken out here. And of course, that's the reason why we do have these market lows here. And of course, the smart money, like there was over here, the smart money that there was over here, and the smart money, that will be joining the market once again over here in this period over here as well, is going to be benefit from the market low here. Because Bitcoin is not such kind of an asset that is going to be forming a market low and not going to recover, because no, the interest on Bitcoin is extremely high. And just like against the odds, because it looked against the odds that Bitcoin was setting a new all-time high this year, we still set a new all-time high. And of course, I think as well, next year, Q1, or maybe it's December still, there could be, everything could be still playing out here. You know, it's Bitcoin. But everything can still happen here. Against the odds, Bitcoin tends to do a lot of crazy stuff here. Bitcoin tends to rally very quickly once you at the least expect it. Just like here, while we were trading on 28K. Once you least expect it, Bitcoin tends to pump here. And right now, of course, on the immediate short term, what we are going to be looking at is, of course, this downside resistance line to be calling either breakthrough or not. So yeah, it's going to be quite important. Of course, if we're going to look to Steam, coin market, Cointelegraph, excuse me. Let me see what we're having here. Binance Smart Chain is forming a 200 million fund for GameFi projects. Pretty interesting. Bitcoin sentiments comparable to funeral. 5 things for Bitcoin this week here. I mean, these are of course all things we already did new here. I mean, for me, it's very clear. For me, it's very clear what we could currently have here. By the way, highest hash rate since April. Pretty interesting. So, I mean, I think hash rate is very important to look at, because like I told everyone before already, the hash rate. Let me quickly go towards Glassnode right here. So, what a lot of people don't understand here is that like the hash rate is basically reflecting the realistic price where Bitcoin should be standing on. And it looks to me that the hash rate is keeps climbing up here. Look at this. The market drops further on here, but the hash rate keeps climbing up here. So hash rate is almost trading at all-time highs. So for everyone who doesn't know yet what hash rate is here, hash rate is basically the miner hashes per second. So if there are more miners, there are more hashes per second. So if the hash rate is higher, it means there are more miners, or at least more calculation power. So usually that means there are just more GPUs working, you know? So indeed, we are right now in the top point of miners. So we are in the top point of confidence in miners. We are in a top point where miners are in massive confidence about Bitcoin as well. We do know that the miners are not selling off their Bitcoins right now as well. Of course, these miners have to be paying their electricity bill. They have to be selling their Bitcoin off at some point, of course, to be paying their bills, etc., you know? But it looks to be so far that they are very confident that Bitcoin is going to be rising, because we are seeing a spike towards a new high here that we have been not creating since May 2021 here. So there we were trading at the all-time highs, of course, in the hash rate. So it looks to me that the confidence is spiking here. And of course, this will be as well result in a further increase of the Bitcoin mining difficulty. Of course, this will be updated every single 2 weeks. So approximately a week from now on, we're going to see the difficulty getting upgraded for Bitcoin again. And of course, if the mining difficulty is going to become higher for Bitcoin, basically does mean the network is safer, and it basically reflects there are more miners in the market. And of course, if there are more miners in the market, it means there's more confidence. And of course, confidence on the people, on the miners, is very good. But you know where you do not want to be seeing confidence? It is the futures market. Because if Bitcoin is going to see a lack of confidence in the future markets, it does clearly shows us that people are afraid and people are too scared to be opening long positions on the market. And of course, you know what we're currently seeing? We're seeing this massive amount of fear re-entering the market. And that is very, very good, because we do know, of course, fear and greed index trading on 16. We're seeing an extreme amount of fear in the market. Thus, of course, first of all, reflects we are in a good buying range here. Second of all, we do saw a massive wipeout of open interest of approximately 4 billion in the market. And right now, it keeps decreasing. And you know why I'm very bullish and very excited about it? It's because as soon as open interest is going to be exiting the market, it means there is less confidence. It means that people are not confident the Bitcoin is going to go up here because 90% usually of the future market is trading long here. And right now, the majority of the future market is trading short because you can see over here, the funding rate on Binance is currently minus 0. Let me see, 0.014. So let me go as well to this different side to make for you guys a little bit more clear. But the funding rates of all cryptos, and especially Bitcoin, what is of course the most important to look at, is negative here, where you're seeing negative funding rates across the border, and still a lot of people don't understand. But still, I am here to educate you guys. I'm here to help you guys. And by the way, Bitcoin is indeed creating a particularly big wick here. So yes, I'm keeping my eyes wide open on the charts here. We'll be keeping you guys up to date about what we're currently seeing here as well. But guys, yeah, let me continue my story in the meantime as well about the funding rates as well, looking towards the charts here. We do see funding rates are flipping negative. We do see a massive amount of open interest wiping out of the market. Is basically showing you the confidence that Bitcoin is going up massively left the market. Together with the major fear here in the market, the majority of the people right now are anticipating, of course, lower prices because otherwise the funding rates would have been positive. So what this basically right now reflects here is because since the funding rates are negative, it clearly does show you, okay, this is a period that I could be opening swing trade positions because, yeah, once funding rates are negative on Bitcoin, it is a good opportunity. And to be honest, have we been seeing negative funding rates over here? No. Have we seen negative funding rates over here? No. Have we seen negative funding rates over here? Yes. So this is the first time in this whole Bitcoin drop-off, the confidence really left the market. And that is, of course, maybe for some people a bad thing because they would like to see more confidence in the market so we can be right away recover. Yes, because the confidence is right now particularly low. I do not expect a major recovery within the coming week here. And of course, if it's going to be happening, it's going to be one big of a will order or whatsoever, you know. So most likely it's not going to happen because the confidence is still low. Dumb money is still going to be exiting the market. But while the dumb money is exiting the market, no, I should not look for short positions because if we're going to be entering a short, you have to be paying funding fees again because the majority of the traders are right now trading short here. And if you're going to trade long here around these ranges, you're going to be trading against the odds here. You're trading against the confidence of the majority of the people. You're trading against the fear. You're trading with the funding fees you're going to get paid here because if you're going to trade right now towards the upside, you're going to get funding fees getting paid here because the funding fees are negative. You're going to get paid to be in a position. So this, of course, clearly, yeah, does give me a very clear signal that this is not all too bad of a time to be, swinging the market back up here. Because, yeah, negative funding rates is a thing you don't see every single day. Have said it several times before. Because if we're really going to look back at when did we really got negative funding rates on Bitcoin, let me quickly go to Glassnode one more time here, guys. Let me quickly go to the funding rates here because, yeah, these are very important to look at. In my opinion, of course, you can see they're going negative. And can I see all more? Oh, this is not a lot of information. This is for the past 2 weeks. I think on CryptoQuant, we do have some more information. So let me go to CryptoQuant. Yes, it is. So we'll be keeping my eyes out on Bitcoin here. We'll be searching up real quickly on my second screen here so we can as well take our look at towards the charts here. But yeah, on CryptoQuant, I will be quickly show you guys about the funding fees and about when it's a good time to be averagely accumulate back into towards the market here. And I will be as well go over the opening total market. Let me. So let me go over this chart as well for you guys out there. So what are we looking at this chart? Maybe it looks a little bit complex. Maybe it looks like something you maybe think like, oh, Rove, what freaking are you showing me? And by the way, Bitcoin's still curving a little bit back up here. So looks to be we're still holding up this range here. If we're going to be breaking below the lower side of support, guys, I've been warning you guys about it several times here. We're going to be breaking this lower side of support. Yeah, this is going to be looking for more bearish price action here today. It's going to be very interesting about what we're having here. But let me quickly explain as well this funding rate and funding fee charge. Well, I'll keep my eyes out here on Bitcoin. And of course, if I do see anything important, guys, we'll be right away going back towards the charts here. But by the way, before I get further in towards the charts, guys, don't forget to real quickly like and subscribe here to the channel, of course. Don't forget to like the video, guys. Let's go for 1,000 likes on the stream here, of course. If we can right now at least smash it upward towards 300 likes right now live on the stream, will be truly appreciated. So guys, don't forget to go below the video, smash up that like button, and let's go further in towards the content, of course. Well, if you haven't already hit that subscribe button on the channel, make sure to do so because we are always here with you guys live streaming. And of course, like you can see over here, we're very close by slapping it up towards 71.8k subscribers. And if we can reach that today, will be a truly amazing target, of course. So another 30 more minutes here in this 1 hour candle close is going to be very important to see where we're heading towards right now. But let me quickly explain you some more stuff here about the of course, future markets, because a lot of people didn't look at this. But I mean, future markets is one of the most important things, right? So let me make this this line red here real quickly, and let me make this a very thick line. So you can see over here, we've got a red line here. And let me as well, I mean, I do want to change this. I want to be changing this to Bitcoin. And can I do just a normal price action maybe? Can I do the normal price action? Data. Um, market price. So this is the market price and the funding rates within it. If I said no, this is not the. I have to, right now it's not a good anymore. The working. I have to use this chart. Excuse me. A little bit. A little bit. So what we can see right now is the funding rates and of course the open interest in the market here. So what you can see over here, we have this line 0. This red line is 0. So everything below the red line are negative funding rates, and of course everything above this red line here are positive funding. The blue line here in this schedule, the blue line here in the schedule is of course the open interest on Bitcoin, on crypto. So you can see over here, once the open interest tends to rise here, we tend to see of course extreme high spikes here in of course open interest. Of course, once the open interest is spiking, it does clearly shows you the market is over leveraged towards the upside. Once the funding rates are dropping and once the funding rates are negative, it does clearly shows you, okay, the market is over leveraged towards the downside and people are more bearish. And of course, once the funding rates are negative, it is always going to show you it's going to be in a period where the confidence is extremely low here. And as soon as the funding rates drop here, I mean, funding rates always drop in market corrections, because in market corrections, confidence drop in the market. And of course, there are certain squeezes as well in the market. So like you can see here, first of all, in the April-May correction, we saw a massive amount of open interest going out of the market, resulting in a massive correction all the way back down towards the 5.2 billion back in towards the open interest market. Then, of course, the funding rates shifted down massively towards the downside, because in the May crash, people were afraid, and the funding rates were going minus 0.05%, what is extremely low. Excuse me, I had to sneeze for a second. But yeah, the funding rates were of course going extremely low here. And excuse me for that, I was had to sneeze for a second. So yeah, funding rates were going extremely low here in the market, on the market crashes, because confidence leaves the market. But what we can see here is that every single time we accumulated below the red line, and of course, like I just told you a moment ago, the red line reflects 0, and below the 0 it's negative. So it basically means there are more shorters in the market. Like you can see, massive amount of funding went out of the market. Open interest went out of the market, and the majority of the open interest left the market only at this correction over here. This was the long squeeze. This wasn't a long squeeze. That's the whole point. This wasn't the long squeeze, but this was the long squeeze. So the whole correction we've been looking at, we've been waiting for a long squeeze, and this was the end of the long squeeze. And of course, after a long squeeze, it is usually a good time to be accumulating once again. Of course, like you can see over here, funding fees, dropping massively in towards the red here. And right now, yeah, we do see the open interest coming down as well very quickly. So once again, is this a good accumulation range? Once the majority of the people are afraid, is this a good accumulation range? If the majority of the people are shorting and people have no confidence anymore in the market, I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes. And of course, maybe you're as well going to be answering the question, can't we see another correction towards the downside from this point? Of course we can. There is definitely not a thing that we are right now going to say, no, we're going to not see another correction. But we do know that the risk is most certainly very low for the potential rewards you could be getting for your Bitcoins you're accumulating right now here. I'm not necessarily saying accumulate your Bitcoins with leverage. I'm not necessarily saying accumulate your Bitcoin with spot. That is, of course, up to you. But in terms of both sides here, in terms of buying Bitcoin on spot right now, in terms of buying Bitcoin with low leverage towards the upside right now here, is it worth it? Right now is going to be the question. I think yes. I will be saying yes. Are we going to see a market surge back towards 60K next week? No, I do not think it's likely. I think there's going to be a couple weeks. It could be a couple days here before Bitcoin is really going to recover. Maybe Bitcoin is going to see a lot of sideways action before really going to continue its way up here, because it have to shake out these people that are already planning to sell their Bitcoin around this range. And of course, we do know that the hodlers in the market tend to increase with time here. And of course, time is on our side right now here, especially once we're seeing such a significant drop off. We should be benefiting from it. So yeah, I'm very interested about what we could be having from this point here. Another 25 minutes till we're going to close the 1 hour candle. And guys, do not forget to slap up that like button right now here. And as well, I'm going to be asking one more favor for you guys out there, and that is because we're right now literally one subscriber. And let me quickly refresh this page here. We're only 2 subscribers away before slapping it up here towards the 71.8k subscribers. And if you haven't already slapped up that subscriber button, guys, make sure to do it right now here. It will be truly appreciated. And while you are going to slap up the subscribe button, we're going to continue the stream here. And of course, on today's video, we want to be going for a target of 71.9k subscribers. So if we can reach it today, it will be truly amazing. So guys, don't forget to slap it up right here. Let me see. I mean, some people will be still going to be saying we are going to be some people will be maybe still will be saying, oh, we're going to go back towards 30k. Maybe people will be still going to say we're going to go back to 20k, because these things always happen here. Because you see, there are people that are going to be salty in a market. There are going to be people that, of course, maybe sold to dip right now here, or people that bought to top here that right now are going to say, oh, Bitcoin is done and dusted. Bitcoin is shit, Bitcoin is this, Bitcoin is that. Of course, you do not get these comments once Bitcoin is trading on 64k. I do know this as well here. And maybe some people will be, disagree with my opinion. And I think it's a very good thing that people disagree with my opinion. But if I look back towards the facts, and if I look back towards things I can relate on, and if I going to go look back towards things, guys, by the way, we did smash through it, and that's absolutely lovely to see, of course, absolutely lovely to see. So if we're going to look back towards things in the past here that we've seen here in terms of funding fees here and in terms of accumulation ranges here, it does clearly shows us that the market, once it goes negative into the funding fees, it is always a good buying range. Is it a good buying range for tomorrow? Not necessarily. Is it a good buy range for the coming month ahead of ourselves? Yes. It is a good longer term buy you're doing if you're going to be accumulating once the funding rates are negative. And so many people are maybe not paying attention towards funding fees. But I say the future markets on crypto is the most important market to look at, because the future markets are always going to be dragging either the market up or down. It is how it is right now. There are a lot of leverage traders, and that is the reason why we get these flush outs to the downside and of course towards the upside. And this is the reason why it is so important, because Bitcoin would have already been trading at 100k if there was no leverage. But because we have to shake out leverage along the way up here, Bitcoin comes down every single time from it. So please take this in consideration. Do whatever you want with it, of course. But of course, I do not think it's bad if you're going to, next time you're going to be looking to accumulate Bitcoin, look at, okay, funding rates are negative. This looks very good here. There's extreme fear in the market. Wait, the open interest dropped massively. Oh, wait, I see the funding rates being so negative, just like last time around. I see the majority of the open interest dropped out of the market. This looks like good accumulation. That is how I should be approaching it. There are, let's say, several things that are come together, right? So, yes, I do know, and I've said it several times before as well, it could be a multi-week reaccumulation phase on this market, but that doesn't take away, I'm not right now accumulating. That doesn't take away I'm right now accumulating. Definitely a huge sign. Big crypto over at 80k subs is Bitcoin at 80k. I mean, yeah, guys, that's true. So don't forget to slap up the like button, because yeah, if our channel is going to reach the 80k, Bitcoin is going to be following. And of course, guys, we do know that the Bitcoin price action is following our channel subscription count here. So let's slap it up towards 100k as soon as possible so we can get that Lambo, of course. So it's only going down low, and that's maybe an opinion from people that do only look at the imminent short term here. But yeah, where the big money is made here is from people that can zoom out here. Where the big money is made from people that are not attaching their emotions towards that. And you know, it's very weird, because I do not have this feeling anymore of being like, oh man, it's only going down. Because I've been through so many dips that you're not going to think anymore like this. You're going to be thinking like an investor. You're going to think like a longer scale view, you know. And I mean, here on my channel as well, I mean, I'm dedicated. And you know, in 3 months from now, and we're going to stand here behind this desk, going to be talking about the crypto all-time high, about the Bitcoin all-time high. And you may be deny it or not, but in 3 months, probably, it's very likely that we're literally going to be talking about the stuff again. Maybe next week, or maybe the end of today, the whole sentiment of the whole market can change already, because we did saw one announcement, or we did saw one big market pump, and of course the whole sentiment of 90% of the people did change up again here. So let me see what we're going to have. I'm long since 15k subs here, bro. You're doing a very good job. I've just explained what the gap is. That's very good by you. I saw the top just looking for a load to get in here, or I mean, drop zombie, of course. I didn't know you were selling the highs here. But always the question is here, yeah, you sell the range, but when are you going to be buying back? Are you going to wait even longer? Because some people said, oh, I want the market to dip so I can be buying. The dip is here, and there are still people waiting for a further dip. And of course, there could be a further dip. I'm not saying it's not going to be happening. It's a very, very likely chance that Bitcoin could be going for another dip towards the downside. But is it worth the risk to accumulate 0 Bitcoin around this range? Well, we could be as well see a major pump up here. It could be everything could be playing out. It's Bitcoin. So what the best strategy is here in market corrections, you just dollar cost average. You dollar cost average to get a very fair valuation for your Bitcoins. So let me as well move over on Ethereum. Ethereum, of course, saw a pretty significant correction down here. So far, it's holding up a little bit better than Bitcoin still, like you can see on the Ethereum compared to Bitcoin valuation. Shoot up towards new highs here. Of course, it reached its price target of the bull flag scenario. So bull flag target got reached there towards the upside. That's absolutely lovely. Of course, on this horizontal trend line here, it's pretty unfortunate because we broke the trend here. So because we're going to breaking this trend here, we could be maybe looking, of course, for a very significant amount of touches from the previous highs there, around the 4,000 US dollars. 4,000 US dollars is going to be a very strong accumulation range here. Like you can see here previously, we got retested this level, and every single time we tend to be bouncing from the highs over there. So that's, of course, looking a little bit more good here. So far, Ethereum back in towards the downtrend, lower lows, lower highs getting formed. As soon as we could be maybe forming a bottom over here where we're going to start to form a higher low, yeah, this could be leading towards a further continuation up here, and this could be leading towards an beautiful trend getting started on the Ethereum price section. But so far, it's going to be down to Bitcoin. It's going to be come down towards the wire. What Bitcoin is going to be doing here, and Bitcoin is going to drag us down here. Yeah, I do expect still to see this 4,000 US dollar range to be providing us very strong support, failing to hold on towards the level for the 4-hour candle close. Yeah, it's going to be leaning towards the continuation towards the 3,500 US dollars in my opinion. So yeah, it's going to be crazy, crazy important level be looking at right now here, and that we have to be holding up right now in the monetary terms. So 18 more minutes, guys, and let me know in the chat here. And what Anthony says here is a very beautiful saying here. Anthony's saying, be patient and buy the dip here. And I think patience is one of the things that that's maybe lacking on a lot of people, of course. But of course, crypto is patient. Crypto is not a thing. Some people think you become rich overnight with crypto, and of course, a lot of people like they make this. Some people make these advertisements like, "Oh, come to me, take my course, and tomorrow you will be a millionaire." But that's not how it works. Unfortunately, I wish it was true like that. But if you want to become a millionaire, you have to work hard for it. If you want to become a crypto millionaire, you have to work hard for it, and it is not going to be happening overnight. It's not going to be tomorrow that out of nowhere you're going to become a millionaire because you bought Bitcoin. No, it's going to take a lot of effort by learning the market, and of course as well you have to do. It's not so easy like everyone thinks here. And of course as well, a lot of other cryptos are going to bring you that real opportunity to become a millionaire. I do not think that Bitcoin is going to do, let's say, a 1000x from this point here. I do not think that's likely to have a 1000 trillion market cap. But of course, there are some altcoins, of course, across the border that can bring you very good returns. Of course, right now, a lot of altcoins are on a particular big sell-off. Cardano is trading on $1.31 here. We do see BNB still holding up pretty decently, to be very honest. But still, it's really unfortunate to see these coins being down so much here, especially for crypto. So, Mr. Mogul here. Mr. Mogul remains strong. King Mogul here. How are you, Mr. Rover? Please check Rune. So, personally, I'm doing pretty good, even though after yesterday. But yeah, I'm doing pretty good here. But let me quickly check up on Rune here. So, I mean, I was yesterday a little bit frustrated about probably some about Formula One, but yeah, that's of course a personal stuff here. But yeah, what we're currently seeing is pretty exciting. We can clearly see Rune falling below its important support line. So Rune, of course, coming all the way down here. It's very, very unfortunate to see this. It's very unfortunate to see this. If we're going to really look at some horizontal ranges where you want to be seeing Rune holding on towards, it's going to be this range over here. Because yeah, you can clearly see over here, resistance, support, support over here as well. And yeah, it's definitely very exciting what we do see over here. It looks to be Rune is going to be holding up this level. Because yeah, 2 days ago we retested this level as well. But if we're going to fail to hold on towards this level, yeah, we're already going to look at lower targets here. So I'm looking forward towards what we could be getting from this point. Hopefully, we could be seeing Rune still holding up towards this range here. But yeah, if we're going to fail to hold on towards this level, we could be looking for even lower targets for Rune. And of course, if we're going to look at horizontal support targets, it's going to be looking around $3.70 here. If we're going to look at the EMA ribbon on daily chart, already trading below it, so it's of course pretty unfortunate to see. And it looks to be daily candles could be seeing a further plunge down here for continuation. Of course, what is of course right now looking a little bit better for Rune here is the imminent short term. Once I'm talking about the imminent short term, I do talk about the 4-hour candles right now here, because the 4-hour candles right now are forming, of course, this lower low in the market, like you can see over here, market is forming lower lows, and the price section, what we're seeing, so is forming a higher low. So we're seeing in the very clear divergence getting formed in the market, like you can see right now in front of your screen here. And this could be having a little bit more of a bullish edge here. Regular bullish divergence getting formed 4-hour candles is of course extremely strong, is of course an extremely good thing to see right here. I personally do believe that this could be having a positive continuation on the price section of Rune here. So yeah, I'm looking forward towards where Rune is heading towards from this point here. And per se, it would be likely to expect a continuation up here since seeing this purchase getting formed. So that's of course pretty exciting already to see. And hopefully it's going to be leaning towards the continuation towards higher targets here. Can you look at Pluton? It's absolutely going to get getting correct. Well, Pluton is trading on $6. I was not aware about this. Of course, whole cryptocurrency industry coming down here. I've not looked at Pluton yet here, but this is crazy drop off here. Because for me, Pluton is a longer term hold. Of course, if we're going to compare it through these previous rallies, it came up, it came down, it came up. So yeah, it's coming down pretty quickly. But the positive side, how you could be maybe approach Pluton right now here, like it's on a sale. It's of course on a particularly big sale, especially since it's trading on $12. But yeah, it's coming all the way down and done its work that it has been doing for the past 2 weeks here. So that's pretty unfortunate that we can see over here. So hopefully Pluton can be bouncing back towards the highs, and so far we have to be holding up the downward sloping support line. This Mogul saying, do you think we can reach the $9.50 soon? Banning standing right now. Soon, yeah, it's a very inappropriate word, but yeah, for sure. I mean, I personally, after seeing this bullish divergence of the candle, I do pretty expect at least a push up back towards $8.80 here towards the highs. But yeah, it could be still do everything. It's as well going to come down towards the wire about what Bitcoin is going to. If Bitcoin is going to see further continuation down, Rune is going to be as well see more bearish price action. So I think we really need to draw this song here, like. But yeah. I think if we keep that song on here, I think we could be for sure. So you see the market going up once again. But so far, yeah, it's pretty important to see where Rune is heading towards from this range here. And yeah, let's see how it's going to be playing out of here. But for sure, can we reach $9.50? Especially yes, after seeing this bullish divergence. But it's going to be very important what Bitcoin is going to point. So give me a second. I will take some water. So, Mr. McGull is definitely into Rune, indeed. He is. Tomorrow 100k. That would be nice. I mean, yeah, that would be absolutely amazing. Big support is in the $100 range. Bitcoin. Bitcoin bear flag broken in 1 hour. Be aware. I mean, yeah, you could be approaching it like this as well. Of course, if you take this approach, let me see. Mr. McGull once again sending an amazing sticker, of course, to the channel. But indeed, if you're going to be approaching it like this, yeah, it could be, of course, getting approached like a bear flag or even some kind of a rising wedge structure, right? So, of course, if you approach it like this, it could be a little bit more bearish. And it could be, of course, have as well a little bit more of a bearish edge, and it could be seeing a little bit of further continuation down here. So it's going to be quite exciting, and that's going to be playing out right now. Upward sloping resistance line here as well. You could be rather approach like a rising wedge here than a bear flag in my opinion, but of course, rising wedges as well continuation pattern towards the downside, and of course this rising wedge could be having a price target towards target trying to get 5% towards the downside. So yeah, could be as well lead towards a massive correction down here. And BMP, yeah, you're definitely right here. So how I will be approaching this like right now here, of course we can see two different patterns playing out on the same time. You can see the spiral channel over here playing out, but as well we were forming this rising wedge pattern over here. What I will be saying here, because so far we're holding up towards the low range, right? So if Bitcoin is going to be failing to hold on towards its low range over here, we're going to look for a continuation down here. and we're going to look for these targets around 46.5k. But if Bitcoin is still going to be managing to break above the highs over here, yeah, we could be still approach this resistance line on the top side to get broken before flipping. And at that point, so yeah, definitely still everything for play right now here. I do not really think that we should be only look at one scenario right now here. There are several things that could be playing out, and there are several support lines and resist lines that we should be taking yeah, very much in consideration right now with our analysis. So it's going to be pretty important. Well, Bitcoin, by the way, is flipping its candle back in towards the green. So this is definitely very lovely to see here. Rover needs to drink indeed, and guys, I did got some water right now here, so I'm very happy that I did got my water. And guys, by the way, while I am going to be taking a very quick sip of my water, guys, it will be truly appreciated if you guys are going to be slapping up that like button. So guys, if you want me to stay alive even longer, don't forget to slap up the like button. It will be truly appreciated because slapping up the like button will be taking you guys literally a few seconds, and it will be literally, yeah, mean the world to me, of course, if you guys can do so. So I'm looking forward towards what we could be having from this point. But it will be truly amazing if you're stepping it up here. And Dark Aurora is saying, hey you as well, Dark Aurora. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stream again. I just got home. What the F? I mean, not a lot of stuff have been happening in the past few hours. I mean, if you're looking back to the past 3 days, yeah, there happened a lot. But today, not a lot. Yeah, not a lot happening. Where do you think VPET and Custom will launch on? And what do you think it will be hitting a 100x first week? So I don't really know where V launch and Costa are going to get launched. I do know like Costa delayed their launch because they want to be having a smooth launching, and they're not officially out when they where they are going to get launched on. What I do know is like these two projects are going to get listed, getting launched on the Polygon network. So pretty interesting, and there's a reason why I'm pretty bullish on Matic right now here, because these two big projects are going to get listed on the Polygon network, but of course it's going to be huge. And are they going to do a 100x in the first week? To be very honest, what I really think is that it could easily do 100x in the first week and maybe even the first day. Because you know why? Because both of them have pretty low initial market caps. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to do literally a 100x. So it's definitely very likely to expect that they're going to see such a massive pump here. So if you're very early into those coins, to those projects, yeah, I think you could be for sure see a very big increase in price. So a lot of people are saying, can we take a look at Matic? So let me quickly run over Matic. I mean, I'm extremely bullish about Matic for sure. I've been accumulating some of it a little bit around this around the lower ranges, around $1.70 here, still in the profit. On the market correction, of course, on that 4th of December, so 2 days ago, I started to be accumulating more of it. And Freelance is saying they're launching on between the 12th and 15th. So yeah, they're going to get launched next week here. But I don't know exactly on where they will be getting launched. But of course, V-Launch and either Casa are both insane projects. What they're bringing out here is going to be having a very, very exciting edge here on the market. So I'm looking forward towards what they're going to be having here. And we're going to, yeah, for sure discuss it as well here on the channel quite a lot here in the future. So as well, we can currently see with Matic Network is that Matic, of course, forming this beautiful upper, so oh, it's not green. This beautiful upper sloping green support line, like you can see over here. So Matic is indeed increasing its strength here and increasing its price action steadily towards the upside. Well, of course, a lot of cryptos are taking a big hit here. It is Matic that is, of course, holding up the trend very well right now here. So yeah, Matic is doing a good job here. I personally really thought it was literally going to go exponential towards the upside as soon as Bitcoin did not got, of course, this massive correction in the market. But yeah, Matic is indeed down 9.7% today here. But yeah, if we really compare it to literally 3 days ago, 6 days ago, we're still up 6%. So is it all too bad here if we compare it to Bitcoin, if we compare it to towards different coins here on the market? No, I do not think it's all too bad, to be honest. It's holding up particularly well here, and it looks to be doing still a particularly strong job here as well with this upper sloping support line. Is going to be your accumulation range as well. We could be been looking at this downward sloping resistance line from the highs. Right now getting retest over here. This could be, of course, as well a very strong level of previous resistance that is going to be flipping into support over here. Please take this level as well in consideration as a major level of support. I'm looking forward towards what we could be getting from this point, but it looks to be so far that, yeah, we are just holding up the price action very well. You could have been as well approaching this like on the downward sloping resistance line and some kind of a symmetrical triangle. Matic Network breaking out of it, retesting it several times, trying to retest again, and this could be the last retest before we're going to get liftoff. And especially if Bitcoin is going to cool off here, if Bitcoin is not going to create these massive corrections anymore in the market, it's going to be for Matic Network very positive, because this will be allowing Matic Network to see this further increasement towards the upside from this point. So yeah, I'm very excited about Medic Network. I'm very excited about where we are heading towards from this point, because I'm very confident that Medic Network is going to see further increases from this point. I definitely look very much forward towards it. On this video on this price section over here. So I'm looking forward to. Let me see. For sure. I think the chart looks beautiful. I think as well. I think Medic as well. The chart looks beautiful. I think if we're going to talk about Medic, the chart does clearly looks beautiful at all, for sure. I definitely can't wait to see what we're going to be having from. I definitely can't wait to see what we're going to. Let me see what we do have over here. Point. I was looking if we got some interesting messages, but nothing yet has been seen here. Let me see. I think the chart. Indeed, I totally agree. Next poll. Maybe 40k or this. Let me do the next poll real quickly. Let me do another poll here about what is going to be happening first here. So what happens first for Bitcoin? What happens first for BTC? And that's going to be, guys. What happens first? I think 55,000 US dollars, or are we going to see a 7k move down, so 41,000? So what is going to be happening? 55,000 US dollars Bitcoin or 41,000 dollars. Let me know in the chat. I'm very curious about what you guys currently think here. By the way, 55% of the people do right now think we're going to be filling the CME gap on the lower rate, on the top side over here. So it's pretty interesting to see here. But guys, make sure to fill in the poll here. I'm very curious about what you guys are have to be saying right now on this one. Don't it look like they are pinning the price to the downside? A market maker got all the liquidation below. They want to recover the wick. We move up to 42k, and we can be coming. I mean, to be honest, if we're going to be if we're going to fill up the liquidity, and if we're going to search for the liquidity on the lower side here, yeah, Bitcoin is going to come down all the way back to 42k. That's true. Because the liquidity is still on the downside. So yeah, there's for sure a very big possibility. The Bitcoin is going to see this movement down here to fill up the liquidity. So yeah, pretty interesting. Dark Aurora, keep it up, of course, guys. We're going to keep it up. We're going to for sure keep it up here. Do you see the cup and handle Medic playing out? I mean, yeah, you could be approaching it like cup and handle, but I like I said several times before, I'm not a huge fan of cup and handles. I think they're a little bit not pretty appropriate patterns really anymore to look at anymore on the cryptocurrency market. Sometimes, yeah, you can still look at them, but yeah, I'd rather be approaching it like this on the image for Manic right now. So yeah, I want to see the support line getting holding up here. As long as we're going to hold up the support line, it's going to look a little bit better. By the way, we're going to look at the 1 hour chart here on Bitcoin, and it's going to be closing in 2 more minutes from now on. So it's going to be quite exciting. It's going to be very interesting about what we're going to be getting from this point here. Are we going to see a green candle close or red one? Let me know in the chat here. 2 minutes from now, we're going to close. So it's going to be very interesting. The wicks are most of the time are first. I mean, every single time Bitcoin does big wicks there, it tends to be rising from point. So of course, we have seen it several times before, but as well over here, we did not fill up the liquidity close. So are we necessarily going to fill up the liquidity over there? Yeah, it's going to be quite exciting. It's going to be quite interesting if we're going to get so. But yeah, last time with the long squeeze, we filled up as well. So, yeah, last time on the long squeeze, we as well filled up. So yeah, it's going to be very, very spot on what we're going to get right now here. It's going to be very spot on. Red. So China is saying this 1 hour candle is going to be into red here. Let's see what who's going to be right here. Green wave will be magic, will be truly amazing. Your microphone's crap. I mean, I don't know. I mean, last time around, I did change up my settings here. Is it still like scraping away a little bit here? If it still is doing so, let me quickly see. I mean, I don't know which microphone is good, because I literally bought the best microphone out there, and then it was not good, and then I bought another one, it was not good. So maybe if you guys can give me a very good good microphone I can use, just say it in the chat what is a very good microphone, then I can check it out here. Let me know. Green would be amazing. Wise Ape, good morning. Good morning to you as well. Hopefully you're having an amazing day here. Green, indeed. It would be lovely if we could be flipping into green, but last minute is right now enabled. sounds fine here for me. I mean, I think you think it's fine. I mean, I think it's. I'm still not very happy with my microphone myself. I don't know how to. I'm very bad with it, fixing it. But yeah, let's see what we're going to have. That cuts out a little bit. Yeah, I mean, it's very weird. I mean, I used some new OBS settings to filter the microphone a little bit better. But yeah, let's see. Everything is crypto is a horrible idea. 20% crash is what the internet has needed. I mean, everything is crypto is not horrible in my opinion. So let's see. Blue Yeti. I mean, I right now use a Blue Yeti, so that's the point. Let me see. Your mic is 100% fine. Okay, no, that's nice to know. But yeah, I still want to be checking out even better mic. I mean, I did maybe I will just do my own research about it. I mean, I did it several times before already, but yeah, I don't know anything about mics. For me as well, I'm very bad with this kind of stuff. But so let's see what we're gonna be having. Totally bulls. Yes, guys, we're flipped the 1 hour candle here. It's still in towards the red here with a particularly big wick on the top side. So if we're going to be approaching it like this, yeah, rising wedge structure, rising wedge, yeah, market. Yeah, this clearly does look like a breakdown, a rejection. So yeah, let's see what we're going to be having from this point. Rep, we finish in the red. I mean, there's not necessarily rep here. Maybe we could be getting another retest on the lows here before continuing our way up here from the point. But let's move over some other projects as well here about what we're currently seeing here. So we're quickly going over Solana. Solana yesterday still retested the all-time high here once again. So Solana retested the all-time highs. So several times we find support on it. Today, once again, we're retesting this level. Failing to hold on towards the downward sloping support line. That's pretty unfortunate to see. We're forming finally higher lows again. But then again, of course, we came down pretty massively and we're right now retesting the all-time high again. So it's going to be quite exciting. So far it looks to be we're holding up. But once again, going to say it's going to come down towards where the daily candle is going to close here. Sandbox continued its way up here, came up pretty quickly. Right now it's going to be forming a massive bullish divergence on this market. So if we're going to look at the price target of Sandbox of the breakdown from the point here, we have not reached it yet here. We're very close towards our price target. So right now we're coming down from the highs here of this symmetrical triangle. It came down and we're right now forming a bullish divergence if we're going to be forming a lower low and a low over here. That's going to be quite exciting. It's going to be quite interesting to have what we're going to be seeing from up this point, of course. But personally, I do expect, of course, a continuation down is going to be a very strong buy order. Just like you saw last time around, if you did accumulate at the range high over here, you would have been seeing a 50% surge right away afterwards. So yeah, Sandbox pretty interesting what it is doing right now. Sandbox, of course, allowing yeah, pretty good, cheaper buying opportunities than at least the $8 right now, halfway point from the high. Yeah, what you can clearly see is that if this market is going to come up here, it's going to even lose more valuations, even going to lose more strength here. So, you know, I do not think it's going to be the best buy right now here. Maybe for the immediate short term, you could still make some good gains. But just like Decentraland, Decentraland is as well coming down heavily towards the lows right now here. Of course, we have discussed it several times. We broke the horizontal support range. We flipped this level in towards resistance. Since we flipped the horizontal range in towards resistance, yeah, like you can clearly see, yeah, this level is right now, yeah, got us rejected and moved us down from that point. So lower high getting formed here along the market, lower high, lower high, lower high. Yeah, and the market keeps continuously going down from that point here. So the transition for tilt ends here, and so far Decentraland is in a downtrend. As soon as we maybe could start to set a higher low over here, this could be leading towards a continuation up again. But still, there's a major amount of resistance ahead of ourselves. And what is the most crucial thing for Sand and Decentraland right now here is that, you know, crypto gaming is good, but crypto gaming was as well a major hype that we saw on the market. And as soon as we did got this correction, I personally think I've been already calling for quite a while right here that the hype is most likely going to run out here on crypto gaming. But this is as well really taking away the momentum they got, because Decentraland and Sand were going up so quickly because they had the momentum with themselves. And I said several times before, momentum on crypto run-ups is the most important thing to have here. And right now, it lost all its steam. It lost all its momentum in this beautiful uptrend. I think it could have been going for a continuation up here, but Bitcoin came down from that point and dragged the market down here. So right now, it lost its momentum. And I do not see it setting a new all-time high anytime soon again from this point. Yeah, it could be creeping up back, but I personally, in the end of the day, think it lost too much momentum on the daily time frame. on the 4 hourly candles, do of course see this further increase towards the upside from this point. So please take this in consideration. I do think that there's going to be a next major hype thing coming up here. We don't know yet what it's going to be. Maybe it's going to be DeFi again. That I do think it's going to be shifting a little bit towards the different sides right now from this point here. So as well, BNB topside resistance coming down pretty quickly. Could be right in a form, of course, if BNB is going to curve back up towards the highs here, like you can see from this point. Yeah, we could be maybe see, of course, some kind of a W getting enabled here on the market. If this market could be creating a W, we could be looking for a major continuation towards the upside for the BNB price action. I'm looking forward towards if we could be seeing this W getting formed on the market. I'm looking forward towards that we could be seeing, of course, a massive continuation towards the upside. But of course, in order for this W to get created here, I would love to see, of course, a continuation towards the upside getting broken off the $652, then see an increase in towards the highs here, and then we could be looking for this beautiful W structure, of course, on the market. But so far, yeah, BNB is still holding up quite good here against a lot of other altcoins, etc. So I'm very happy to see this as a BNB hodler, of course. So looking forward towards it's still relatively close towards all-time highs here. We're still approximately 18% off from all-time highs, and it's of course a little bit better than Bitcoin is currently doing. And like you can see here, BNB against Bitcoin has been rallying approximately 70% in the last 54 days against Bitcoin already. So yeah, BNB is doing a pretty good job here against Bitcoin, and this is just a thing that you can't deny here. And of course, in the past days here, well, of course, the major amount of cryptocurrencies fell off towards the downside. It has been BNB that has been completely keep climbing towards the upside, and it has been absolutely been unstoppable basically. So yeah, BNB has been doing a very strong job here against the Bitcoin comparison, against the US dollar comparison, and it's of course looking particularly good here, guys. And as well, if you can as well want to be doing a good job, we'll be truly appreciate if you're going to right now slap up that subscribe button, guys. So if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, don't forget to do so right now here. It will be truly appreciated if you're going to slap up that subscribe button, because today we want to be going for a target of 71.9k subscribers, and if we can reach today, it's going to be absolutely crazy. So don't forget to slap up that like button right now here. It will be absolutely very much appreciated. So let's go further in towards the content, and let's go as well over some more coins here. As well, what we can see here is XRP, of course, failing to hold on towards two very crucial support ranges. XRP coming down towards 57 cents here. Unfortunately, it closed below the downward sloping support line, close below the upward sloping green support line, and right now we could be looking maybe at this different support line like we have been talking about several times before, and it's going to be this line over here. And of course, let me make this an orange line here, let me make it less thick here. So this could be, of course, the next major support range we could be looking for on XRP. This could be, of course, having a little bit more of a bearish edge here on the price section. Let me do this a little bit higher, like this. Yeah, like this. So yeah, pretty unfortunate to see this with XRP playing out right now. So far, yeah, we are coming down, and of course what we could be expecting for XRP is maybe as well some horizontal range support over here from the highs over here. So yeah, pretty unfortunate to see this, of course, playing out for the XRP as an XRP holder, of course. So yeah, pretty unfortunate to see this. Hopefully we could be still bouncing back from the highs of this horizontal support box, like you can see over here on my chart on XRP. So yeah, XRP, real good accumulation. Where should I be talking about? 70 cents, 72 cents is most likely going to be a level that I will be starting to be accumulating massive amounts of yeah, XRP on around these ranges. So yeah, I'm looking forward towards what we could be having from this point. That XRP coming down massively against the US dollar valuation, but especially as well against the Bitcoin comparison. So XRP has been losing valuation against Bitcoin for, let's say, the past 114 days here, and it lost on approximately 45% of its valuation. And compared to Ethereum, it even lost more of its strength here compared to Ethereum, because against Ethereum, it lost approximately 55% in the last 113 days. So XRP has been proving itself in the last quarter to be not a very good hodl coin. So yeah, let's see what we're going to be having. The trend towards the downside continues, with lower highs getting formed than the highs, with lower lows getting formed than the lows as well. So yeah, let's see how it's going to be performing right now here, but this definitely does not look all too good here, and I would love to see, of course, a curve back to break through the highs over here to see then a further continuation towards the highs getting formed in the market. So yeah, pretty unfortunate to see so with XRP, but it is what it is right now for XRP price action. So as well, let me go into Gala. Let me see how it's holding up right now here. I think it is coming down very quickly. Yeah, it is. And of course, do not want to be a game breaker once again here, but yeah, we did warn you guys about this project as well being a little bit overextended, and about this sector being a little bit overextended, because yeah, there are usually sectors that are a little bit overextended, and you can just see like Cent and Mana, as soon as a coin rises so quickly towards the highs, it can as well come down very quickly from those highs. So yeah, indeed, you can right now see it came up very quickly, came down very quickly afterwards, and it will be going over Filecoin afterwards, and Cardano, etc. Guys, I have a lot of things still to discuss with you guys, so don't forget to slap up that subscribe button right now on the channel, guys, so you're not going to miss out on anything. You guys are absolutely smashing a lot like crazy, so that's absolutely appreciated. But yeah, Bitcoin, by the way, is still coming down a little bit here from this point. We're going to keep our eyes wide open right now. But yeah, this project could be maybe look for some kind of an head and shoulder structure getting formed, to be honest. But yeah, you can clearly see massive rally towards the upside. Lost huge amounts of strength here towards the highs here. So we were losing strength on the RSI, while the price action kept increasing in valuation as well on the daily time frame. It's a little bit better, to be honest. But yeah, on the 4-hourly time frame, we lost massive amounts of momentum. Then we created a continuation pattern was never good in a parabolic run-up, because in parabolic run-ups, you never want to be seeing consolidation. And I've said it several times before, in a parabolic run-up, and of course, I've said it at that time as well here, and of course, I have warned you guys always in every single run-up we see here, in every single parabolic run-up you see, you never want to be seeing consolidation on the top side. If you see consolidation on the top side of a parabolic run-up, you know what's going to be resulting in? It's going to result in a massive amount of momentum loss, like you can see here as well, reflecting on the RSI. So yeah, we did clearly saw momentum loss getting generated on the highs. The market came down from that point, retest the horizontal highs over here, bounce back from that point. That looks to be continuing further on down right now. So of course, it could be grabbing some more momentum, of course, as soon as it's going to come down a little bit further. So of course, what I will be saying to you guys out there, well, it's going to be a good range of accumulation for this token. I think it's going to be the 37% cents here. But yeah, like I said several times before, I do think as well the price action has been a little bit overvalued, and maybe yeah, it's good that we are seeing a pullback right now getting formed here on this market. So yeah, pretty interesting what we do see over here on this current time of recording. So Filecoin retesting the highs of 2020. You're saying Filecoin is trading at extreme low levels. You mean here? So indeed, it's retesting the highs of, it's retesting maybe the highs of 2020. So yeah, you can clearly see over here Filecoin coming down massively here from the highs. I mean, Filecoin, look at this, how it's trading, man. This is crazy. The Filecoin came all the way up here. It saw an approximately 1000% running in 82 days here. Then it came down from the highs, and of course from the all-time high here that we created in 2021 here, we came down 86% here. So yeah, Filecoin taking a particularly big hit here right now. It's coming down particularly quickly here, and as well what we can see is that Filecoin has been forming a very significant downward sloping resist line. And you can clearly see it's getting us rejected every single time here towards the market lows here. So it's pretty interesting what we do have right now here on this market. So yeah, Filecoin coming down pretty quickly here. Resistance getting found to the top side. We're definitely finding some support on the lower ranges as well here. It looks to be maybe creating some kind of an parallel channel down here, or either in a falling wedge here. So yeah, it does look a little bit decent here, as long as we're holding up towards the lower side of support here. But of course, we're basically retesting horizontal levels. That is of course pretty unfortunate to see here, because you would love eventually to see these levels getting holding up and even never getting visited anymore. But yeah, indeed, you're visiting itself right now here, and I'm looking forward towards what we could be getting from this point here. But Filecoin does look like an retest of its previous all-time high. Several times this level has been retested and provides very good support. Last time around, we were about to retest this level, and we still rated up another 200%. So yeah, indeed, in terms of risk reward, yeah, we're pretty low right now. Check Matic. What happened? What happened just right now with Matic? I mean, there's nothing really happened from that point. There's nothing really happened from that point. Pretty funny. Worst case scenario for Ethereum. Let me go over that in a second here. So Phantom, of course, we have been seeing this breakdown of this horizontal range. This, of course, looking a little bit more bearish in my opinion. Of course, next major support target is going to be the range high over here. This, of course, previous resistance, previous all-time high, of course, etc. So yeah, Phantom, is it cheap? Yeah, indeed, it comes down very quickly right now. And once these projects comes down, like you saw like in July as well, in these market lows, these are times to be accumulating. You literally did a 20x or 30x from that point here in July low. So if Phantom is going to come down all the way back to 95 cents here, it does look quite interesting to accumulate it, in my opinion. So for now, right now, it looks to be that we are in a little bit of a free fall. Maybe we could be still holding up towards this horizontal range over here. that as soon as we close the daily candles well below this range over here, yeah, we're going to then see just a further continuation down here. So personally, I already expect to see a continuation towards lower targets getting visited from up this point here. Of course, if Ventum is going to reach these targets around the 94 cents here, I'm looking forward towards accumulating it. I'm looking for very much forward towards accumulating this this range over here. So I'm looking forward towards, yeah, if Ventum can come down. Personally, right now, is it good to be a dollar cost average? Yeah, I don't think it's all too bad here. But the best accumulation ranges maybe are still yet to come here. So that's the reason why I'm so. But yeah, it does definitely look quite exciting about what we currently have here on this market. Bitcoin is coming down here. Yeah, Bitcoin is indeed coming down. Maybe we have to sing a song here to push it up here again. I'm looking to touch the 58k this morning. I mean, it will be truly lovely if we could touch the 58k. It definitely is. You're buying the dips in downtrends, yes. You know, if you want to be making the big money, well, people still yet don't understand here. Well, some people, of course, but if you want to be making money, you have to buy in downtrends. If you buy into downtrends, you're buying into big market reversals. Big market reversals are going to be making you eventually the most amount of money. Just look at Ventum. If you bought into the downtrend over here, did you make the most amount of money over here, or if you bought the dip over here? Of course, you don't know, or maybe you bought the dip over here and you got wrecked. So if you buy the dips in downtrends, your risk is the smallest risk you're taking for the potential high rewards. And buying the dips in uptrends is still low risk, but for lower rewards. So buying dips in downtrends is always the best thing to do so, in my opinion. Especially in the scenarios where Bitcoin right now is in. We're in a bull market, and in bull market, dips are meant for buying. And this is, of course, a little bit of a bigger market correction. And we move, like I told everyone before, we could be maybe going in this reaccumulation phase here on the market. And of course, this could be then, of course, result in a very exciting few amount of days here and a few amount of weeks here for Bitcoin, where we could be starting to be just reaccumulate, and where a lot of people still will be staying in fear. And of course, we do know that there's an extreme amount of fear in the market, and after this significant connection, and while we are still in a downtrend, don't get me wrong, I do see this as a good accumulation ranges for this market over here. So of course, we're trading at way lower ranges in September, way more fear in the market in September, while the price action is still trading higher in September. So that's of course a good thing to see. Yeah, looking good. I'm going to bed, thank you. Rover, you go bankrupt if you keep buying the dip. No, because I have a long-term vision about Bitcoin. I don't care about what Bitcoin is going to do tomorrow. I don't care if what Bitcoin is going to do next week. I do care about what Bitcoin is going to do in the next year. And I do care about what Bitcoin is going to do in the coming 6 months. I do care about what Bitcoin is going to do in the coming 5 years. And I have a long-term vision. And my long-term vision is going to always keep staying the same here. And I'm very confident that Bitcoin is going to be the future. And I'm very confident about that Bitcoin is going to be making me massive amounts of gains here. And I'm very confident that Bitcoin will be making me this generational wealth here. And for you guys as well, for everyone out there. And of course, we're still early. And I do not think I'm going to go bankrupt if I keep buying the dip. I mean, I already almost have no fiat because I hate it. And of course, as soon as the hyperinflation is going to get started, we're really going to see the effect on Bitcoin, how it's going to be performing like. But let me quickly as well check up on the dollar index. By the way, dollar index coming down a little bit, coming up a little bit. Not a lot of interesting things here. Of course, past 2 hours it came down very significantly, while Bitcoin still came down as well here. So that's pretty unfortunate to see so, to be honest. But yeah, dollar index came down pretty quickly here. That's of course a little bit better to see so. Quickly checking up the S&P. S&P 500 is moving up again. Past hours approaching resistance. So what we want to be seeing for the S&P 500 is another significant continuation towards the upside. Because if the S&P 500 is just like, of course, every single day in the past week here, do these things here, because in the past week, I should say past 2 weeks, we have been seeing the S&P 500 every single day on the opening pump a little bit and afterwards come down very quickly. So if the S&P is going to do the same again today, Bitcoin is going to go down to targets of around 45,000 or so, or even below. Of course, depends on how hard the correction is on the S&P. But if the S&P is going to see a very significant surge today and of course break its downtrend and continue its way up here, it's going to be Bitcoin that's going to be then rally very quickly towards the upside from that point. So I look forward towards, of course, seeing the S&P, of course, recover and, of course, go a little bit higher from that point here. But so far, yeah, we don't want to be seeing resistance getting broken as well for the S&P for a continuation towards higher ranges from this point here. Can you check out Rory Brada for sure? Let me see, is the right chart? Yeah, this is the chart. I do not really like the chart, to be honest. I mean, I do not like the chart at all. You can clearly see uptrend getting broken. Pretty unfortunate to see. So yeah, you were maybe forming some kind of a symmetrical triangle. We broke the uptrend, came down from that point. But right now you can start to look at horizontal accumulation ranges. So of course, if we're going to look at horizontal accumulation ranges, it's going to be this range over here where we're right now trading on. So yeah, it does look quite exciting as an accumulation range. Of course, in the bigger scale, you're still forming higher lows. I do not really like to analyze this chart because the candlesticks are very, very not significant, but indeed it does look like an accumulation range for you right now, brother. Let me see. He thinks Bitcoin is a stock. No, I don't think Bitcoin is a stock. But I look at the facts. I look at the facts. I do not think Bitcoin is a stock. Not at all. But Bitcoin moves with the stock market. And that's a fact. Because look at the corrections the stock market creates here. Look at the corrections the stock market creates and look what Bitcoin is doing. Bitcoin is highly correlated with the stock market. And if you disagree with that, well, you have to do some more research. Because look at the red candles. These times. This was, of course, on, let's say, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock on the 3rd of December. On the 3rd of December, 3 o'clock here, we came down massively on that time. And of course, this is the one. Let me go to the 1 hour candles. On 3 o'clock here, let me see. Here we came down massively. And then, of course, the stock market closed there, over here. And because it settled down here, because it settled as well over here, it closed. And then Bitcoin, of course, dropped off in the weekend. And that's the reason why we created the CME gap. As well, the last, let's say, this correction over here, the 26th of November. We go back to the 26th of November. That is as well when we came down to the stock market. Bitcoin and stock market is just, if the stock market moves down, it is just Bitcoin that is following. And some people are still going to say, oh, we're going to go in this bear market. We're going to go in this 3-year low for Bitcoin. We're going to never see an all-time high again, just like we had in July. And of course, I like this discussion. I like that people are saying this because it just makes me myself more confident about where we're heading towards in the coming months ahead of ourselves right now. And for people that still do not have a longer term vision, are going to get wrecked here. And of course, eventually, the people, it's also always pretty funny because the people that always say like Bitcoin is going back towards its lower targets, etc., etc. As soon as market goes down, you hear them all the time. But as soon as market sets new all-time highs, you never see them because that's just always how it works here. Let me see. But it has, I mean, it will go up, but it has to go down still. I mean, I'm not saying it couldn't go down. It's not never a thing that I've not said it before. I do know would like to compare the charts towards previous cycles because I think every cycle is been unique. But if you compare to 2017, you can see as well we are already seeing 40% correction. So why does it make sense to even see a further correction down here? Because in 2017, the hardest correction we got was like 50%, but in May we already saw 50% correction. So yeah, are we in a bear market? No. And for the people that still don't know yet here, I think you can never call Bitcoin a bear market again. Because what a bear market basically means here, and just search up the term on the internet, on Google, what a bear market is. It's like a bear market is a sudden loss of interest in a cryptocurrency, in a space. And of course, for Bitcoin, if there's going to be a Bitcoin bear market, it means that there's going to be a multi-year loss of interest on on Bitcoin, the asset Bitcoin. Do I think Bitcoin is going to be going into a multi-year loss of interest where the price will be as well be getting suppressed and still stay very low? No, I don't think so. Because the world is right now crazy. The world is crazy about what scenario we're living in, what things are going on here with the pandemic, with the money printing, etc., etc., etc. It is not going to be allowing Bitcoin to go in a bear market because the interest on Bitcoin will be rising just like it has been doing since the past 4 years here. Bitcoin is what we need in this world. Bitcoin is the reserve currency. That is, of course, freedom. What equals freedom? What equals, what is just everyone in the world gives an opportunity. You don't need a bank account for Bitcoin, so everyone in the world can use it. This is, of course, the freedom that the world is right now finally getting, and I do not think there's going to be an less loss of interest on Bitcoin. And just think about it, like they're going to send 10 million US dollars worth of gold. You need how much security do you going to need for that? if you're saying with Bitcoin, you just sit at your own desk here, behind your desk here. So people that are right now saying that Bitcoin necessarily has to go lower and Bitcoin has to go to 20K, they're just one of those guys that are right now on the 16 of the extreme fear index. Because yeah, I do understand that a lot of people are right now saying it here in the chat that, oh, Bitcoin has to be going lower, etc. Because yeah, we can literally see this in the chart. We can literally see it in the fear and greed index that the fear is ruling. People are afraid right now. That's true. People are afraid about what is about to come for Bitcoin. People are uncertain about where the market is heading towards. And that's, of course, exactly what FUD is here. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And there's a lot of doubt. There's a lot of uncertainty about where the market is heading towards. And there's a lot of fear because the market just moved down very quickly. And people are then starting to give irrational calls here about Bitcoin going back to 20K. We're in a bear market, etc. But I'm not even going to be reacting towards this stuff anymore here. But yeah, of course, eventually we do know, just like September and July, just like the summer low here in the market, while we were talking about crypto every single day at that point, of course, we were like talking about, oh, we're just going to focus on the positive things here, because I always say here, I mean, I saw it as well on some stuff here now. So if you're going to be always focusing, where you focus on, you become, right? So if you always focus on the negative things in life, you become a negative person. If you always focus on the shit in life, you're going to become a shitty person. That if you're always going to be focusing your energy and putting your energy into towards positive stuff here, you're going to become a positive person, and you're going to become a person that can see opportunities. So just focus on the positives, and this is what we said in July in the summer low here. Just focus on the positives. And what we then can right now see here, if we're going to be focusing ourselves not on the shit in this market, and if we're going to be focusing ourselves on the positives here in the cryptocurrency market, we're going to be focusing at the opportunities we right now have here. The opportunities that we right now have here is to be buying Bitcoin for a 40% sale from the high. So we can accumulate 40% more Bitcoin than we could have been doing on 69,000 US dollars for Bitcoin a piece. So this is a positive, and you should be focusing on the positives. And as well, in July, in the summer low, what we talked about is that we have to be focusing on the positives right now here. And while we were focusing on the positives at that time here, we were busy accumulating this market. While we were busy accumulating the market, we were focusing on the coming weeks and not the coming days or hours ahead of ourselves. We were focusing on the bigger scale. We were zooming out. And we thought it was a very good accumulation range, and we clearly did so. And that is the reason why you focus on positive things. And the positive thing right now is that the market is low. So, life is a show indeed. So, Mark Martin is saying, hey, Rob, please analyze the litecoin on FTX exchange. It also listed on Binance too. I can for sure go over it for sure. Yeah, let's go, guys. I mean, right now we have to focus on the positives. And don't become a shitty person. Because if you're focusing on the shit in life, you're going to become a shitty person. So don't do so. Don't do so. But let's indeed look at Lena here for a second here. But okay, I will be checking on the Binance exchange real quickly. So yeah, you can see clearly this token came down pretty quickly here. Right now, of course, it looks to be that broke its upward sloping support line over here, so it's pretty unfortunate. It was a very, very important support line that we did got generated in this trend up here, because finally, after a massive downtrend, we were trending back up. So it's pretty unfortunate to see so as well. You have been forming lower highs along the way. So yeah, you're definitely in a downtrend right now. And yeah, of course, as soon as you're excuse me, bless me. So excuse me, but yeah, indeed, you're definitely in a downtrend right now in the imminent short term as well. 4 hourly candles, yeah, for sure, lower highs, lower lows structure getting formed here. If we're going to look at some support lines, yeah, you could be looking at not so significant support line over here. I mean, to be honest, I have to know about where this project is all about here to really give my opinion about it, because if I look to the charts, it looks like a very bad buy in my opinion. I mean, which coin is it? Is it linear or is it the other one? But I don't know. It's a DEX. But yeah, of course, if you do think the range is really good for accumulation, yeah, you could be accumulating. If you believe in the project, yeah, you could be starting to accumulate. Then if I'm going to look to the price section, it has been already reflecting good gains here. It's just very close towards the market lows here. I mean, yeah, it moved up 300% here since July, but it's already reflecting a very good market surge yet here. But maybe it's the big things are still yet to come here. Excuse me. But if you're going to look at horizontal ranges, yeah, it could be for sure a very good range for accumulation, because every single time, yeah, we went towards this range. It provided us very strong bounces here before. So yeah, looking forward towards it. Does not look all too bad here, to be honest. Bless you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Uh, hey, you sneeze the truth. I mean, yes. uh, for sure true. What's happening with EGD? I mean, EGD, I'm still holding strong here. I've been buying for EGD for a while here as well for EGD's long-term vision. Indeed, it broke this very important uptrend here on the daily time frame, but is of course a little bit more unfortunate. EGD is well breaking my horizontal range on the 4 hourly candles. On the daily time frame, you can clearly see we could be still holding up towards this range here. We'll be approaching it like this. So today, wicking on the candle could be, of course, a little bit more better. But the daily time frame, right now, previous resistance has to be holding up towards this range. As soon as we do so, this could be allowing us a very good accumulation range here. Of course, it's creating a lot of hidden bullish divergence, so could be curving back very quickly towards higher ranges. So yeah, to be honest, yeah. Buy the dips. You will never buy the bottom or even sell the top. You just need to buy low and sell higher at some point in the future. I mean, yeah, that's true. You're never going to catch the exact bottom. You're never going to catch the exact top. Because if you're going to do so, you're literally a magician. And no one can do so. No one can call the exact bottom. No one can call the exact top. And if you're going to be buying in towards the bottom, if you're going to be trying to be buying in towards the dip, you just do it for a good average price. You're going to do it for a good low risk price here. And that's the reason why are right now good times to be accumulating around these ranges. Of course, market can still go lower. We can't call an exact bottom. But is it a good average price? For sure it is. For sure it is. For sure it is. Let me see what the chat is saying. How much are you buying on the dips? I mean, I've bought an approximately. I still like 1 week ago I still had like 16-70% stables. Right now I've got like only 2% left. So I bought mainly already in towards the dip because I believe the bottom is closer. The bottom is at least close, and of course, you know, if for my opinion, it's always like I distributed some trades along the way up. Have that still got the tether, and of course that's the reason why I accumulated more Ethereum and Bitcoin especially, and as well some altcoins like Matic and as well some VeChain, the drop off. Because I still believe in those very big projects. But for me, it's always comes down to, okay, I can right now buy for 40% still up from the all-time high. It's a good buy range, right? So for me, it's going to be just a matter of time that we're going to be trading at new all-time highs here, and as soon as we are doing so, I will be very, very happy with my buy here. And of course, I don't care if the market is going to see another 20% come down from at this point. Yeah, and if we're going to come another 20% down, I knew we were going to work over eventually back to the upside. Of course, I've been as well already accumulated the dip over here, and I've been accumulating the dip over here. Right now, I've been yet to be buying the ranges over here as well. But for me, right now, it's always a DCA job, and it's always going to be coming down towards a good average buy here on the market. Is Rover your real name? Yes, it is indeed my real name. In normal times, hell yeah, but these are not normal times. I mean, I have been explaining already why we are right now on normal times indeed. I've been explaining already that if you want to be buying the dip, to look at market shakers. I mean, I've been explaining as well that like this market is very important to get about what we're seeing right now in the market, right? So in the correction phase, from the all-time high here down towards the ranges over here, it's 22% correction here in 19 days time, right? So we've seen a market movement down here from this point. This range over here has been a major sell, right? So we can all say this has been a major sell. This has been our major sell range here. But right now, this drop off that we got created afterwards, let's approach like this. This drop off over here was heavy, but this was a different kind of sell. This drop off over here was way different. You know why these drop offs are so different to each other? It's because what we're seeing behind the charts. Because what we see behind the charts is very, very important. So the reason why I say these two drop-offs were different is because on this drop-off over here, like you can see, we did not lose a massive amount of open interest, like you can see over here. We did not lose a massive amount of open interest. So basically, there were still a lot of leverage traders at that point, and there still was no massive long squeeze out of the market. But what the difference is with that drop-off over here, this correction over here, and the correction over here, is that this was a long squeeze. This wasn't a long squeeze out of the market. This wasn't a long squeeze because there were not a lot of long squeeze out on the market over here. But here there were. So here we see a long squeeze getting formed towards the market. And right now, of course, people are getting way more afraid. Confidence is leaving the market. Reason why we see the funding rates go negative. But yeah, like you can see over here on the open interest, we saw a massive shakeout over here on the open interest, while we were not seeing that over here. So there are two different things here, and people have to recognize it. This is a different kind of drop-off than we got over here. And after usually leverage long shakeouts, we tend to rise very quickly. And of course, because the confidence is right now so low, we do see funding rates being negative. We did saw a major shakeout of open interest. What is going to be allowing us to climb further up towards these new all-time, because once open interest is high indeed, yeah, we do need a long squeeze before continuing our way back up here. Right now, we did got the long squeeze. The second one since the market low of May, of course, and we tend to get these every single few times here, guys. And it's just inevitable that Bitcoin is always going to create these kinds of events. And once you see these kinds of events, you want to be just on the right side here. And look at how low the funding rates are so much lower than September. Well, in September, I already explained to you guys out there, like this is just such good of an accumulation range. But yeah, you should not compare these two drop-offs to each other. It's not one big drop-off, of course, right? So I personally see this like after you get the long squeeze, like we did got over here. Let me quickly go back to the chart. Like we got over here, this was the major long squeeze. We saw two major long squeezes here. This was also a long squeeze. This was just purely a long squeeze in the market, and this was just a market correction where we saw people distributing out of the market, right? Because they were afraid or whatsoever. And right now, because we saw the massive correction in the market as well, yeah, a lot of people are starting to be getting extremely afraid here. Well, Bitcoin is well falling a little bit down here, 47.9K right now. But those two drop-offs are a little bit differently. And I think you should not be comparing them towards each other. And of course, I mean, for me, it was bad because I've never really said on the channel, okay, we could be in for another major shakeout. And that was a mistake from my side. Because personally, I could have been seeing this I could have easily seen this coming because the open interest was still way too high. And of course, I did saw it coming over here because, yeah, on the channel, if you do not know it, I did, of course, call this drop off here in the market, and as well did short the market over here as well towards the downside. But what is very unfortunate is that I did not call this one over here. And of course, I always kept in mind that it could be a scenario that we're going to come down further. But to be honest, I could have been easily seeing it because the open interest was trading so high. And the market came down 20%, but the open interest still not dropped, of course. So could have been seeing it coming, and I really feel very sorry for that for everyone out there on the channel. Well, Bitcoin is coming down right now here, but personally, we right now have to, once again, just like I said several times before, you have to focus on the positive sides in life here, and if you did miss out on a major shakeout here that you could have been seeing coming, of course, well, Bitcoin is dropping off very quickly here. Yeah, we right now have to look at the things ahead of ourselves, right? And of course, those things ahead of ourselves right now here is that like the funding rates are just negative right now. And we see that the market sentiment right now is shifting here behind the charts, and that's of course a thing that we should be looking at here. So Ethereum is strong, is what the chat is saying here. But Bitcoin is indeed coming down very quickly, of course. We are seeing the market coming down. It came down 47.2K, of course. It is going to be right now retesting the lower side of support. This is, of course, an extremely important range here that Bitcoin has to be holding up here. So the 1 hour candle is right 23 minutes away before closing. And it's going to be very interesting because we just literally in 1 minute time here. Look at this candle here on 1 minute time frame. We lost $750 in 1 minute time frame. So of course we're getting eaten up a little bit here, but this was indeed a pretty heavy 1 minute candle here, like you can see here, right? So $1.5% in just a matter of 1 minute candle. Just a matter of a 1 minute candle. What is of course particularly crazy right here on this market, but we do tend to see these things quite often. But while Bitcoin came down very quickly, it's already getting bought up here. And of course, we have said it several times before, this is going to be a level that I do want to be seeing the 1 hour candle close above here, because if we're going to close below this level, yeah, the target that we're then going to look for is this low over here on the market, the 46.5K here. So that's going to be a target that we could be at least aim for. Of course, the market could be going below that even from that point. But for sure, very important, real quickly as well, keeping my eyes out about what the stock market is currently doing here. Are we seeing a correction over there? No, we're seeing a minor weight getting created. But no, it's a bit of a correction. Yeah, we are seeing it come down here on the stock market. Look at this. Stock market came down messily on the 1 minute candle. So, yeah, once again, coloration is definitely there right now here. So stock market came down pretty quickly on the past 2 minutes. And Bitcoin did exactly the same on the past 2 minutes here. So, yeah, pretty interesting what we're going to get from this point here. It's going to be very, very exciting here. So the chat is as well saying Ethereum is coming down as well here right now. Of course, what we do see right now for the first time around in this period here is that Ethereum is taking a bigger hit than Bitcoin today here. So Ethereum down 5%, while Bitcoin is only down 3.5%, of course. So yeah, pretty unfortunate to see so. Ethereum taking such big of a hit. Let me quickly see. Yeah, Ethereum compared to Bitcoin bouncing back already here, guys. So would love to see, of course, a continuation up getting generated from this point. But so far, indeed, Ethereum is taking a particularly big hit here on this market. So yeah, pretty exciting times here, pretty important times to be looking at. Be patient for at least 1 year, indeed. Let's see what we're having. Bitcoin access today, indeed. 11 o'clock pump. Yeah, guys, in 20 minutes from now, we're going to go in towards the 11 o'clock candle. And guys, by the way, before I really go further towards the content, we'd love to go so, of course. I want to be really reaching at 500 likes on the stream here. So right now, we're literally only 5 likes, and literally can count on one hand. Away before smashing it up towards 500 likes here. And only 3 likes right now here. So guys, only 3 of you guys out there right now watching the stream have to go below the video, slap up the like button. It will be truly appreciated if you can do so. Because yeah, it will be helping massively out here. And of course, you will be not only help me out massively, but you will be helping out the whole cryptocurrency industry. Because the more people going to slap up the like button, the more viral cryptocurrency content is going. The more viral cryptocurrency content is going, the more people will be getting exposed to crypto as well here. So it's going to be pretty important if you're going to slap up the like button to help us to get more people exposed. And while we're seeing so, we're seeing a very, very beautiful surge that we are creating here on the market. So that's definitely lovely. Hopefully we could be seeing a minor pumping up here, of course, towards the market. So let's see what the market is going to do here. Last 20 minutes on the 1 hour candle just went in here, of course. So it's going to be very important to see these last 20 minutes be a little bit more bullish. Let's go, champ, of course. Let's go. Let's go. So these last 20 minutes are going to be very important for the market to still close above the support line, in my opinion. So let's see. Stock market is green. Yeah, indeed, it's still green. HLG is dropping. I'm not going to lie to you guys. If we were crashing, I will go all in, and I don't care from there. I'm holding. I mean, yeah, if there's going to be another market crash, that's definitely crazy, man. I mean, I don't care as well. I'm just going to hodl. So indeed, there's quite a lot of volatility getting turned up here, like you can see in the lower time frames right now. The lower time frames are definitely turning up the volume. So it will be truly amazing. You would be living on a rock if you knew about crypto right now. Yeah, I mean, indeed. If you're still not knowing and still don't know what crypto is here, you're definitely have been living on a rock. Let's go 11 o'clock. Yeah, 20 minutes from now, we're going to be going in towards the 11 o'clock candle. And of course, for the past weeks, it has been the most beautiful candle we got here, of course. It has to fill up the liquidity, is what some people say here. It first has to come down towards the wick of 41k. Yeah, it's basically a liquidity grab where you're talking about. So yeah, indeed, that could be for sure. It could be for sure true. Could be for sure a very, very likely liquidity grab towards the lows here. And of course, what it basically means here is because we did saw a major long squeeze, and the market came down massively from that, and a lot of buy orders got aggregated. So there's a lot of liquidity still over here, but could be getting filled up, of course. So if the market is going to come down more towards that range, we're most likely going to see a bounce back here. But that could be a result on, of course, a liquidity grab. So the market is most likely maybe potentially going to go back towards this level over here once again. So yeah, let's see what we're going to be getting. Of course, I'm definitely have not wrote it out of the books yet here. Have been saying it several times. It's very likely the market can still come back here, but eventually we could be seeing a surge back up higher. Better we retest the zone right now than later. I mean, that's also what I would love to see here. Better than seeing this level in 2 weeks from now and getting reached here. So hopefully we could be just right now, right away, get done with it, and of course fill the liquidity that we found over here. So it will be truly amazing if we can go down right here. And of course, guys, yeah, if Bitcoin goes below 40k, maybe I have to go back to flipping burgers again at the McDonald's. So please, Bitcoin, don't go below 40k. The person, no. To be very honest, it's a pretty good time here. It's a pretty good time. I always hodl, indeed. Altcoins are going to dump hard. I mean, yeah, if Bitcoin is going to come down for the second leg down here, guys, it's going to be blood in the streets here on crypto coin market cap, of course. So CMC is going to be blood in the streets here because, yeah, if Bitcoin is going to come down even harder from here on, It's going to be as well Ethereum that most likely is going to take a big hit here in my opinion. But of course, on the wider scale, like I told everyone before, we always should focus on the positives and not on the negatives. And the positive sides, of course, is that we could be starting to be accumulated, of course, once again. Best we retest the zone right now, indeed. Yeah, on the heat map it shows a lot of buy orders around 43k. Yeah, it could be so they were just going to not even touch it, and of course, because so many people are waiting for the lows over there, blockchain planet. So yeah, indeed. Indeed, that's true. Happy watching bulls getting wrecked. I mean, I'm not happy for that, of course, because I like the bulls to see them getting wind here. But eventually, the ones that are really getting wrecked right now here are the panic sellers. So the people that are in extreme fear, those people are getting wrecked right now. So yeah, always going to be haters on the game, but we do know there are now going to be a lot of haters on Bitcoin who's going to trade at all-time highs here anytime soon again. So yeah, indeed, double bottom for Bitcoin could be as well very beautifully. So let's say Bitcoin is going to come down here. Let's roll some scenarios out here, of course. Let's say Bitcoin is going to come down. Find support on the lows over here. Yeah, we could be looking for a W structure, of course, if we're going to come off towards up again. If we're going to see such kind of a structure, this could be, of course, looking a little bit more bullish. And this could be having a very positive effect on the market. So yeah, if Bitcoin is going to come down from this point here, of course, form a W and then increase towards the upside, yeah, will be lovely. But what's going to be crucial is that Bitcoin is not going to close and a 1 hour candle below this 46.5k range here. So yeah, if we're going to do so, yeah, then we could be still come down a little bit further from this point. But so far, yeah, it looks to be Bitcoin is trying to fight its way already back up here. Of course, what we do know as well, if we're going to see a major Bitcoin bump here, we usually tend to see first a major Bitcoin correction. So maybe, yeah, this could be as well the start of a major Bitcoin rally towards the upside. Because yeah, still, we have to take it in consideration because Bitcoin is still as well right now forming a huge CME gap on the top side. So everything is still for play right now. Everything can still happen from this point. So don't say anything right now here because yeah, Bitcoin could be for sure easily still see these kinds of movements towards the upside getting traded from this point. So yeah, it's pretty exciting what we do have right now from this point here. And yeah, we still have another 40 minutes to really determine about where we're heading towards for the next candle, right? So right now, nothing to say yet here. We just have to wait a little bit. And as soon as we do see a more clear of a rejection, yeah, if we do see finally more of a clear and a way where we could be heading towards, we could say, yeah, what it's going to be looking like, of course. And yeah, of course, we could be still seeing M pattern getting formed as well. Everything is still for sure possible right now in the market. Everything is still in. Maybe Big Will is buying USA session. I mean, yeah, that's why what we're going to have for the let's say stock market open candle. Because stock market open could be of course quite interesting. Because I personally still expect there could be a massive correction here today on the stock market open. Because yeah, today the Evergrande depth has to be getting paid, and maybe that could be having a little bit more of a bearish effect on the stock market. And of course, if the stock market is going to come down here, it could be having an imminent short-term bearish effect for Bitcoin. So yeah, let's see what we're going to have here, and maybe today could be still a major bloodbath, of course. So please take it into consideration. We have to be looking at all kinds of scenarios, and to expect that later today could be still become a very big bloodbath is definitely for sure possible, and it's not out of the books, of course. So guys, by the way, I see as well right now only 4 likes away before smashing up to 600. You guys don't forget to slap up the like button right now, smash it up to 600 likes. And of course, the more likes we get on the video, the more people are going to see, the more viral cryptocurrency content is going on YouTube, basically. The more viral cryptocurrency content is going on YouTube, the more people are going to be getting exposed to crypto. And that is, of course, for sure a thing that we would love to see, because we, as crypto, want to be dominating the YouTube algorithm. So please help us with smashing up the like button so crypto can overtake YouTube, of course. So let's see what we could be having. And of course, guys, as well, like we do know here, of course, Facebook changed up their main name to Meta last time around here. Facebook, like 2 years or 3 years ago, banned the cryptocurrency advertisements, and right now, a week ago, they of course undo that. And you're right now once again allowed to do cryptocurrency advertisements on Facebook again. Probably nothing, of course, but Meta, Facebook is of course something doing with crypto. They're definitely taking a position in it. So it's definitely very exciting what we do have over here. 50-week average is holding up the line. Let's go. Let me quickly check up on the 50-week. No. Yeah, 50-week is indeed still holding us up pretty well here. So yeah, of course, it's looking good. It's looking good. It's looking decent. As long as we're holding up towards the EMA ribbon on the weekly, it's going to be looking a little bit more better, bullish here, of course. What happened to March 2020? That was the pandemic crash year, for everyone who doesn't know it here. It was the pandemic crash, and that's basically what we're seeing right now as well. This movement down here is well in the pandemic 2.0 crash that we are seeing in the market. Not for big. This movement down here is a pandemic 2.0 crash correction, and this was a long squeeze. And right now, we're going to be preparing ourselves for the next phase here in the market. And this was, of course, the reaccumulation from the highs here. We could be, of course, give every single time frame a little bit of its own name, right? So this over here was the reaccumulation from the highs here. Of course, I can be maybe better make this one red over here. And this was a reaccumulation from the highs here. And of course, this was over here was the movement towards the upside from the lows. And this was the more of the bullish period, of course, that we got in the market. So yeah, we definitely see these things end from time to time here. And we every single time frame we could be giving its own name, and so it repeats every single time over again. So we had this this was a long squeeze that we got over here on the market, that was over here, and we can be, of course, literally repeat these cycles over again on crypto, because it always goes like this here, right? This was the long squeeze, the massive long squeeze we got in the market here. Over here, of course, it was a correction wave we got in the market over here. So that was over here. So we see these things happen every single time over and over again. And before the rally of the correction really happened, we had this sideways action period for Bitcoin over here. So we were, of course, just distributing from the highs here a little bit here. And then before that, we saw the massive surge, of course, towards the highs. So we see these cycles every single time on Bitcoin. These micro cycles, of course, repeat themselves over and over again. So rally towards the upside, sideways action for distributing. Then we see a correction, market correction, long squeeze. Then we see a rally again here. The market sideways action, we see this red period of a correction in the market, downward trend getting started, and then we see a major long squeeze getting formed on the market. And then what are we going to be having afterwards? We're going to be having similar cycles, of course. And of course, after a big long squeeze, like we every single time get here, we do know that the funding rates are dropping massively towards the red here. We do see the open interest dropping out massively. We do see the fear and greed index bottoming out on these lows here, and of course it repeats over and over again, and of course soon it will be repeating over and over and over and over and over again here, because that is how market cycles work on Bitcoin, micro market cycles, because we shake out weekends, we distribute weekends, wheels, and of course big smart money usually distributes on the sideways action after a parabolic run up. They distribute over here, that we started downtrend. Of course, this time it was because of the pandemic 2.0. Of course, that is where we blame it on. That's where we blame it on. But of course, eventually it always happens. After a significant rally, there's always a comeback. And of course, when it was happening, we didn't know. But it happened, of course, once again. Right now, we have to be looking and focusing on our days ahead of ourselves. And after the long squeeze right now here, we could be seeing some sideways action. We could be seeing some accumulation before then rallying up back again here. Because, yeah, we have to shake out the maximum amount of people that right now are afraid in this market, of course. So, yeah. This is what I do think about. Can you show us the rainbow chart? Are you talking about the logarithmic growth curve? Let me know here. We're going to be having the 58k today. I think 58k today is a little bit too bullish here, to be honest. I mean, I want to be as well stay realistic, and I personally do think that today is not going to be a very exciting day here. I personally think today is going to be maybe a day we're going to come down here, find the bottom again, come up again, and then tomorrow maybe we could be seeing a W playing out here back towards the upside here. That could be a potential scenario. Or otherwise, other scenario could be playing out today is a massive correction towards the downside, fill the liquidity, come up again, and then once again sideways action. And if we're going to be still close as 1 hour candle, by the way, above this green line, it's going to be bullish, because this will be allowing us to trade in this this flag towards the downside still, and could be still hold us up in a little bit of further continuation here. 5 steps forward, 4 steps backward is still 1 step ahead, and that is exactly what I mean, Dean Burton. I mean, very beautiful for me to say here. It's literally how it works here. We have 5 steps forward, 4 steps backward, and then we're going to once again repeat the cycle all over again. We're going to go 5 steps in front, 4 steps back, and we're still clear step ahead. So we're right now as well still a clear step ahead from September low. So yeah, looking particularly good here, to be very honest. And guys, by the way, if you haven't already, slap that like button, make sure to do so right now. And of course, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, it will be truly appreciated if you're going to slap up the subscribe button right now here, because guys, today our target is going to be reaching the 71.9k subscribers. So if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, don't forget to do so right now here, because subscribing to the channel is definitely highly appreciated. And of course, if you're going to slap up the subscribe button right now, you will be helping us to, of course, push up this channel towards 100,000 target. And of course, usually Bitcoin tends to follow our subscription count here, so it will be truly amazing if we can right now slap it through the 71.9k. Only 14 of you guys right now have to do it, and I think we can easily do it. Bravo, well spoken indeed. That's indeed very nice from you, Dean Barton. A very nice saying. Elliott wave structure curve. I mean, yeah, we could be looking for a very strong Elliott wave structure if we're going to zoom out towards the Bitcoin daily chart. And let me go to this chart. Let me remove everything for a second. And if you're going to look at Elliott wave structure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you're going to look at, let's say, the daily time frame, yeah, you could be looking at the significant Elliott wave structure. Of course, we do know, like, we got like this ABC correction before here, so we saw the ABC correction over here, and afterwards we start to see, of course, the impulsive leg structure back up here, and then we could be maybe see, of course, this increasement from here on, because the Elliott wave structure tends to get started after an ABC correction. ABC correction got here in the market low here in July. If we could right now see the fifth and last impulsive leg getting started towards the upside, this could be extremely bullish. And of course, what I would want to say to you guys out there is, like, the fifth impulsive leg here is always going to be the most exponential leg here, like you can see over here as well. Of course, maybe not in terms of percentage wise here, because yeah, this wasn't what 80% percentage wise curve back up here, and this was a 70%. Percentage wise, not. But of course, if you're going to look for the market low towards the high here, this was of course a 30k move here, and this was from the low to the high and 23k move here. So the structure of an Elliott wave is always going to be more exponential. It's going to be always be more exponential. So most likely the loss rally that we're going to create here in this Elliott wave structure, before then going into towards a major market reaccumulation phase with an ABC correction with a very significant lower leg structure, right, is most likely going to be the most exponential leg here. So do as well prepare yourself for an exponential leg here. And of course, in a bull market, we could be seeing Bitcoin literally rally exponential in a very rapid time here. So please take these things in consideration right now here, and do not oversee these things. Do not oversee these swings here, because these are very important. Some people are maybe saying dead cat bounce. I do not really say so. I mean, if we're going to look at the dead cat bounce, we're going to set up a Fibonacci. By the way, guys, we're trading still above the 0.236 here in this Fibonacci on the daily chart on Bitcoin. It's going to be quite crazy and quite important to see this level getting holding up here. And guys, by the way, 3 minutes from now, we're going to close the 1 hour candle. Pretty important. The dead cat bounce is 0.5 on the range here. So if Bitcoin is going to be bouncing back up towards 55k and then see a rejection down here, this is going to be called a dead cat bounce here. You can't call a dead cat bounce so far, because a dead cat bounce, I mean, yeah, if we're not going to come further than the 0.5, yeah, you could be calling it a dead cat bounce. But as soon as Bitcoin is going to bounce back above the 0.5, it's not going to be a dead cat bounce anymore. So we're going to be waiting to see what's going to be playing out here. But of course, if Bitcoin can't crush through the highs and can't crush through the 0.5 in the Fibonacci, it won't. It will be a dead cat bounce here. But if we could be able to crush above it, it's not going to be a dead cat bounce here, because dead cat bounce is maximum 55% retracement back towards the trend high that it has been forming, of course. So let's witness real quickly the Bitcoin 1 hour chart here, because the Bitcoin 1 hour chart is right now closing in here. And it's about to close here. It's candle in 3 minutes from now on, and it's going to be quite an important close that we're about to get here. And usually, last few seconds here of these kinds of candles tend to be very volatile. But guys, real quickly, going to ask a last favor, guys. Only two of you guys. You have to smash up that subscribe button right now for us to reach our daily target. And of course, if we can reach that, it will be truly appreciated. So guys, don't forget to slap up the subscribe button right now here. It will be absolutely appreciated. Only 2 of you guys right now. I think we can do so right now. It will be truly appreciated, of course. Only 2. Can we reach it today? It's going to be the real big question that we should be asking ourselves right here. So yeah, pretty exciting here as well. We do know that we have the CME gap of 53k, is what the chat right now is saying. That is true. We do still have the CME gap above ourselves. Like you can see over here, I will be making it a little bit more on this side. So yeah, will this be helping us to be pushing the price action back up towards the highs? It's going to be very important, of course. I mean, yeah, this indeed, dollar cost averaging is indeed one of the best strategies here. Let me see, just dollar cost average and hold on for years. You will never lose, and that's extremely true here. And of course, for the people that like the dollar cost average, these times are the best here, because the market is low. That's the point. Keep up the good work. You're doing great, man. Thank you so much for your feedback. Thank you so much. A dead bounce is a 50%. No, a dead bounce is measured from a trend. So if you're going to look at the dead bounce, you're going to be looking at the trend. So this is the trend towards the downside. So you're going to be measuring a dead cat bounce from this trend over here. If the bounce of the lows is not going to be surpassing the 50% point of the trend, it's going to be a dead cat bounce. So if our market is going to bump over here, it's going to be a dead cat bounce. This is going to be a dead cat bounce. If we're right now going to continue further down here, it could be a dead cat bounce indeed. But if the market is going to break above the 50% point of the trend here, so the halfway point of the trend, it's going to be invalidating this thing of a dead cat bounce here, because a dead cat bounce is only happening if you're retracing lower than 50% of the trend that you were in. And search it up on Google whatsoever, because that's how a dead cat bounce is definition. That's the definition of a dead cat bounce here. Let me see. Bot sold in $1.85 here, and FTM Phantom on $1.32. I mean, Solana, we will be going over it in a moment from now on. But 50 seconds from now on, Bitcoin is going to close this 1 hour candle. It looks to me that we're failing to hold on towards the support line. That dip provided is, of course, several times before pretty strong support. So yeah, that's of course a little bit more unfortunate to see. So I would love to see, of course, this level getting broken. Getting holding up here. But unfortunately, right now the fact is that we are not doing so. So right now we could be looking for lower targets, and of course targets that I will be right now aiming for is maybe, of course, some kinds of this rising wedge pattern. Of course, if you're going to purely look at the rising wedge pattern that you're right now looking at, price target with this rising wedge is going to be the lower side of the wedge here, and it's going to be this 4.8% correction move down here. What's going to be the 46.5k here, and of course, since we right now broke as well this downward trend here on the parallel channel here, right now, of course, are confirming a breakdown here of the trend that we were trading in. This is going to be as well lead towards a little bit of a further continuation towards the downside over here. So I'm looking forward towards what we're going to be getting from this point. It's going to be a very exciting one that we could be having from over there. And of course, price targets that we right now should be aiming for, in my opinion, are still going to be this 46.5k range here. So Bitcoin indeed could be going for a little bit of a further drop off right now, and it's going to be extremely likely to as well anticipate Bitcoin going to come down towards these ranges over here. Before then, maybe see a reversal, or before then, maybe see a further continuation down, of course. So, yeah, it's going to be very likely to reach these levels, especially since breaking the support line over here. So it's going to be quite important. It's going to be quite important. Staircase downtrend. I mean, yeah, so far, yes, we are. But what people still yet are to understand here, and maybe, of course, I think the majority of the people are understanding this, of course, is that in downtrends, you could be making literally the most amount of money here, because if you're buying into downtrends, you're buying in towards a potential big market reversal. Of course, if we're going to see more confirmations about a market reversal, it's going to be, of course, give us a better time to be accumulating. But of course, early today on the stream here, we put all the pieces together. To of course make up our mind here, and to of course say, of course, is this a bad or good accumulation range here? And of course, if we're going to be putting all the puzzle pieces together, we do not think that this is at least a bad range of accumulation. Of course, you're never going to catch the exact bottom, but is it a good average price? Yes, it is. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it's indeed a movement down. We're in a downtrend, that's a fact. But if you want to be make big money, you buy into downtrends, because you know where the big money is made here in crypto is from the people that are buying into downtrends. Because if you're buying into downtrends, you could be, of course, for a big market reversal. Like if you buy into these downward trends here, you could be making this 63% surge here. If you're buying in towards the uptrend, of course, yeah, you could be still make this 20% surge gain over here if you buy the dips on the uptrends. I think buying dips on uptrends are definitely not bad here. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, buying into downtrends could be leading towards massive market reversal. Like if you bought into the downtrend over here, let's say your average price, you could be still making, of course, an approximately 60% gain here. That's not a thing that you have if you're buying into uptrends. Of course, if you bought the dip over here in the uptrend, yeah, you could have been making a 40% surge. Of course, still good here. But yeah, it's definitely interesting what the thoughts about that one. The thoughts about that one is here. Crypto.com is almost hitting 50 cents here. Shiba is coming down. What is doing? I will quickly check Shiba here. Shiba is coming down pretty quickly. I mean, Shiba is a coin you should stay away from. So please don't buy that, of course. if you do like Shiba, just buy it yourself, but I'm staying away from Shiba. So Crypto.com coming down below 50 cents right now. Indeed, it was a pretty important support range we're looking at. This level failing to hold on towards us. You can see here getting us rejected over there. Coming out right now down from that point over there as well. So what you can see over here, resistance, support. So pretty important level that we were looking at that point. So this could be, of course, a very strong, significant level that the Crypto.com price section could be finding some support on. And it's going to be this 37 towards the 41% cents range here. Of course, there are some other horizontal ranges between us. And that's going to be this 51 cents range. And that could be still as well provide very strong support for this market. So yeah, definitely still quite a lot of levels that we could be aiming for right now. And potentially this could be providing us a very strong amount of support if we're going to reach and retrace back towards this 51 cents target. At what time does the future markets open today? For my time, it's going to be in for everyone's time in 4 hours and 30 minutes from now on. 4 hours and 26 minutes from now on, the future markets. The stock market will be basically open. So yeah, it's going to be pretty important to see what's going to be happening. So 4 hours and 30 minutes, the stock market is going to be opening. And that could be having, of course, an either bullish or bearish effect on the market. What's your buy zone for Cardano? Cardano, of course, came down massively from the bull flag scenario, right? So we're anticipating bull flag scenario came down massively from that point because, yeah, Bitcoin, of course, reversing down here. What is going to be a very strong buy zone for Cardano? I should for sure go for the 60. Let's say $7 to $8 US. I think that's going to be good, the relative buy zone. I think Cardano is definitely worth the risk right now. I've been saying it several times before. I think it's a good project. I think Cardano is a good project, and right now, since it's coming down so quickly, this is allowing us a lot of opportunities, of course, to be accumulating it again. So yeah, pretty exciting. And of course, if it's going to come down towards the $7.25, it's going to be a very exciting buy over there. It's going to be a very exciting buy, and you could be, of course, accumulate at a very fair valuation, and of course, a way cheaper valuation in the all-time high. Let me see. Good morning, Johnny from Brighton. I'm going to chop again. I mean, yeah. So it looks to be that we're going to be retesting the resistance. Previously was our support that we're about to go for. US futures slightly green besides Nasdaq. Yeah, we did look at the. It's slightly the red again here, but from the day open, it's still slightly green here. It's 0.32% here, so yeah, got rejected from the trend line over there. Yeah. You can see clearly stock market coming down past 2 hours, Bitcoin coming down past 2 hours. So yeah, still once again the significance is still there. Good morning, just Ray. A very good morning by you. Morning, Rover. I'm having an amazing morning. Talk about PancakeSwap burn. Did they burn? Let me quickly check up. I don't know anything about PancakeSwap burn. Are they up today? Did they done a token burn? I don't know. Let me quickly search it up here on Twitter if I do see something. Talk about PancakeSwap. No, I don't know anything about it. Did they done a token burn? That could be very likely because they're really trying to do such kind of things, of course. So yeah, let's see what we're going to be having for point. Let me see. Lining up for fire this week. Oh, there's going to indeed be a cake burn. So lighting up the fire for this week's cake burn. The actual burn transaction may be placed today or tomorrow. Every future in PancakeSwap is built around cake burn. Speaking about that, we have some exciting news updates to share in the upcoming days. Stay tuned. So they are most likely going to do some token burns here. They're going to be introducing. So it's going to be quite exciting here what they're going to do with cake. Of course, cake came down massively from the highs, but of course, if it could be seeing a token burn getting introduced there, it could be very, very, very good because the inflation is pretty high on the cake, like you can see over here. And of course, if the inflation can cool off here, it will be very, very positive, of course, for the market. Bottom 48k is a bad decision. I mean, if you're going to hold long enough, if you're going to at least hold for the coming 2-3 months from now on, I don't think it's a bad buy at all. I don't think it's a bad buy at all. I am Snazzy is saying, do you think a bear market might play without an alt season? because we still have seen one, and a lot of coins still not. I mean, I've said it several times before. There's not going to be an alt season. Like 90% of the people have been anticipating how an alt season is going to be. An alt season is not going to be like 2017, 2013. It's not going to be an alt season like that. It's not going to be an alt season like 2017. Because right now, we see altcoins still pop left and right. We see altcoins still pop left and right. But you know what's the difference is with 2017? In 2017, every shit project absolutely skyrocketed. In 2017, every shitty token skyrocketed towards the upside. Right now, the only projects that are, like you can still see, there are some tokens in the green here. And of course, if Bitcoin is just neutral and if Bitcoin is not going to be having such big corrections, we usually see 46% a day on certain points here, like cardano. It's just big high brands, etc. But yeah, do you think the bear market will be playing out without an alt season? I've said several times before on my channel what I really think about a bear market, and I don't think there's going to be ever be a bear market like Bitcoin like there was before. Still, there are going to be a lot of people going to say to me, "Oh, don't think like that." But of course, I don't care about what other people think. I just share my own opinion about that. So, yeah, I do not really expect that there's going to be a bear market like 2017, 2013, because at those points there were hype runs because the retailers were interested in it, and right now we have a hype run up here because the institutions are buying up here. So it's a whole different scenario here about the bear market or whatsoever what we're in as well. We do know the world is right now changing. The world is changing very, very rapidly in a very quick pace here with the pandemic right now coming up here. We do have an insane amount of money printing going around here. The financial system is basically getting rebated every single day here. And of course, there are definitely a lot of scars and there are a lot of scratches on the financial system right now here. And I think the bubble is about to pop. As soon as the bubble is going to be popping here, there's going to be more interest for Bitcoin. Of course, we already see, of course, that people are starting to become awake about the inflation. Of course, highest inflation we have ever seen here since 1990. Crazy amounts of inflations that we're right now seeing across the border. So is it going to be necessarily an alt season like everyone thinks that every single altcoin they have in their bag is going to be exploding? No, I don't think that's going to ever happen again. There are going to be only altcoins exploding on those coins that have good fundamentals, coins that have good long-term things what they could be working on, etc. So do not expect that every single altcoin in your bag, that every single shit coin you're holding is going to be exploding. No, I do not think that it's going to be going like that here. So it might play out. It depends what your view is on the bear market. It depends really on your view. So Bitcoin coming back to resistance could be still but lovely if we could be close to this 1 hour candle above it. Of course, it's the 11 o'clock candle. What are people's thoughts about USD Tether being a scam? I mean, I have a very good thought about it, and I don't really think that USD Tether is such big of a scam here. I mean, I don't know if you already know what they've been working on here on the past years. But they've been working on transparency, and of course there are some people saying that, oh, they're only 5% backed or so by US dollar. But apparently they, what I read here, of course, about US Tether, and I did some research on it, it's like they are maybe 80 or 90% fully covered by US dollars. But you know how they get those US dollars? They are renting. Oh, sorry, no, not renting. They take a loan. They take a loan from the Chinese bank of dollars. So they take loans and therefore they mint more tethers. So it's pretty much backed here. But of course, if everyone is going to take their tether out, it's going to be absolutely collapsing. That's true. That's just how it is because they have all kinds of loans, but they can't pay then at that point. So yeah, I don't really think Tether is a fraud here. And of course, I don't know if you already know it, but they have been starting to be really become pretty transparent about what they're backing, etc. So it's pretty good here. And every single time they are minting right now, they're showing the transparency about the backed dollars. So yeah, of course, Tether does see the competitors of like USDC, what is of course completely transparent, 100% transparent. So yeah, pretty interesting what we're having, but the USD Tether is becoming more and more transparent as well here. So no, I don't really think it's a scam. Of course, maybe a few years ago they were not fully backed here, but right now they of course it's a pretty interesting system how they use it with loans from the Chinese banks here. So basically, China is still very much involved here into Bitcoin. But yeah, let's see what we're going to have here. Stock market is spooky. I totally agree. Indeed. AFX seems like a good project. I'm buying more, and that's how it works right now in this bull market. Does the project is really good, you buy more of it. It's just look at the project. Is it a good project? Yeah, it could be, of course, a very good buying zone. Tether gets FUDs everywhere, but institutions will be want to be buying more Bitcoin and cheaper. I mean, Tether gets usually a lot of fun indeed if we're in downtrends, and actually, I mean, I'm benefiting from it, man. I'm benefiting for it. And guys, by the way, thank you so much for smashing up towards 71.9k here. Let's see if we could be even reach the 72k subs here today. Will be truly appreciated. Yeah, if we could be reaching that today, of course. So right now, only 64 subscribers away from it. So guys, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, don't forget to do so. If you want to, of course, make good gains in the market, and of course, if you're looking forward towards, and if you're having just the same opinion about the bright future of crypto, you're definitely on the right channel here. So don't forget to smash up the subscribe button. It's a good idea to swap Bitcoin for good altcoins. I mean, altcoins could still take a particular big hit right now. If Bitcoin is going to come down from this point, what is of course still not out of the books here, it's not written out of the books here from this point. Bitcoin can still come down massively from this range here. And if Bitcoin is going to come down massively from this range here, it's going to be altcoins that are going to take an even bigger hit here from this point. So yeah, if altcoins are already taking a bigger hit from this point, yeah, you're losing more of your back and more of your Bitcoin valuation, right? Because eventually, if you're going to be buying altcoins, at least what I do is I buy altcoins to be eventually buy more Bitcoin, because that's my strategy with altcoins, right? So is it necessarily a good time right now here? I can't say yes or no right now, because if Bitcoin is going to come down, your altcoins are going to bleed even further. But is it going to be a good buy range for the coming 3 months ahead of ourselves? Most likely, yes. Is it going to be an altcoin that's going to be outperform Bitcoin? It depends on the altcoin. So is it a good project? Most likely, yes. So yeah, please do your research on that. Smash it up, guys. Yeah, make sure to smash it up. I see that we just reached the 800 likes as well on the stream. Absolutely appreciate it. Smash up that like button. Will be truly appreciated. Slap it up, guys. Don't forget to do so. Luna's holding it pretty well. Subscribe, please. It will be helping up to push up Ethereum. I mean, yeah, smashing up the subscribe button will indeed help up to push up Ethereum. I mean, I wish it was true. I wish it was true. But let's just pretend it will be true. XRP is like a rocket, you will see. I mean, so far XRP has been really lacking against Bitcoin and Ethereum, like we showed everyone here already on the channel. That XRP is losing a lot of valuation against those assets. So that's the only unfortunate part about it. Reached already 71.9k today. Is pretty amazing. 72k reaching today will be quite crazy, to be honest. I'm from the US. What are you using to be buying XRP? I need to buy it like right now. What I use for buying XRP? I mean, I'm not ready, to be honest. Already bought the I've not bought the XRP dip yet here. Maybe I'm going to still do so. But yeah, you can use whatever you want to buy with it, right? Well, Bitcoin will take a bigger of a correction. Let's just wait and see. So far, it's the 11 o'clock candle, and so far, this candle is in the green. So that's lovely. But let's go over Solana for a second. Is it coming down further? Oh, yeah, this indeed came down further from what the lows here. Of course, we discussed it already earlier today. I like to discuss it from looking at Solana at the daily time frame. Not to go too much in depth about the lower time frames. But yeah, you can clearly see that's the previous all-time high range, right? Daily support. It's going to be important to hold on towards the level. $191 US, of course, is the range high on this market, and the range high on the market is just the level that you want to be holding up right now. If we could be seeing, of course, this particular big wick on the lower side getting created still and hold up towards levels, going to be bullish. Close below it, could be still see a fake out, of course, but still, it's going to be most likely result in the range around the $170 US getting reached here, most likely. Most likely indeed. Solana long term, I think Solana long term is not going to bring you the 100x. I mean, some people are already looking to buy Solana on the dip here. Firstly, you know what, I'm not ready. I have not bought any Solana on the dip here. I've not bought any a lot of BNB. I mean, I hold quite a lot of BNB already. I've not been really buying the BNB dip. I've been buying some Ethereum dips here, because I think Ethereum is just very important to be holding your portfolios differently. But Solana is not going to be bringing you this 100x, right? So Solana already has a 55 billion market cap. It's going to be most likely still doing 10x here coming year, 2022, maybe 5x at least. But it's not going to do a 10x, or it's not going to do a 100x anymore. It already did a 100x, so it's not going to do a 100x after a 100x, of course. So it is likely to see it. It's likely to see this. I see Cole has a couple long positions currently open, as he is confident the CME will be getting filled at this point this week. I'm desperate and for any hopium this week. I mean, for sure. It's a very exciting times here. Hopefully, we could be filling up the CME gap on the top side. And personally, in terms of looking to long positions, it's definitely worth to take a risk here for looking at long position, because the funding fees are still pretty negative right now across the whole market, across every single altcoin basically, unless some of them, of course. But yeah, basically the whole market is negative right now. The whole market is unfair. The whole market is basically trading short. There are just basically everyone is trading short here right now, and the highest Bitcoin funding rate here is 0.01% on Binance. So of course, if you do want to be trading with low funding fees here, and if you want to be getting paid to be in a long position, because that's basically what this is here, make sure to sign in with BYBIT here in the link description. If you're going to trade up here with BYBIT in the link description, you will be you will be able to trade the cryptocurrency market upside or downside, whatever you feel comfortable with. But personally, shorting a market once funding fees are negative, or definitely think that's against my rule book. But for sure, yeah, this looks like very good opportunities right now on the market. And you could be benefited right now. You could be benefit from it. You're going to sign up here with the link description with BYBIT. You will be as well getting $4,100 US deposit bonus. So make sure to check it out here in the link description. Make sure to check it out. Here. It has been predicted. As soon as the case is over for XRP, it will go up. I mean, yeah, as soon as the SEC gives a green light for XRP, yeah, the market is indeed going to go up here from that point. Short traders are paying back to people to enter longs, and I am Starbucks. That's the point here. There are so many short traders right now. Why that's the reason why you're literally getting paid here. You get every single 8 hours, you get 0.014% getting paid. So every 8 hours you're in trade, this is your quantity of your trade times the funding fee is what you will be getting paid here. So let's say you're in a 1 million position, you're going to get paid every single hour $1,000 US. So let's say you're in a 1 million quantity position, you're getting $1,000 US paid every single 8 hours. So every single day you're getting $3,000 US getting paid to be in a 1 million US dollar position. So it's definitely very valuable. You could be doing it, of course, with low risk, with low leverage. This is well pretty good here. You could do it with higher leverage. But depends on what you feel comfortable with, of course. But indeed, funding rates being so high right now is definitely very sorry. Funding fees. I just can't talk anymore. But funding fees being so low right now, just clearly gives us a very strong opportunity to benefit from the market on how it's right now trading. Of course, I think it's very important to look at. Rover, look at the weekly time frame. It's forming a massive triangle. Let me look at this. I mean, yes. I mean, I don't really like the formational weekly time frame, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could be approaching from lows over here. But yeah, I do not really like this approach right from this point, in my opinion. And I mean, I don't really see a triangle getting formed from the highs over there as well. I'm a little bit scared. Kind of late, but I'm a little bit scared. I mean, I understand why you're scared, because we see it over here. You see what this says? I see you're scared. I see a lot of people are scared right now. I see a lot of people that are scared, and I always say, like, these times that you're scared, you just have to pick yourself together. You have to pick yourself together. You have to look at the good things there. Like I said, I told everyone before, don't focus on the shitty things in life, because if you're only going to be focusing on shitty things in life, you're becoming a shit person. Focus on the positives in life, so you're going to become a positive person, and you're going to look and live happy, you know. That is well for crypto over here, as well for the market over here right now. Just focus on the positives, what is right now the thing you can do here. And of course, the thing that is right now in your power is, of course, accumulate Bitcoin at a very, very cheap price. Of course, we learned from the past. Everything we learn from the past we take with us, and of course, if we look to the last years here, we do know that every single time Bitcoin especially dips below the 20, where the extreme fear is, of course, united here on the market, we do know it's a very good buy range here, because once there is extreme fear in the market, it is always, but always in history always in history been a good average price. I say average, listen up to average. Once the market is in extreme fear, it is always a good average price. And it's never good, in my opinion, to sell your Bitcoin once the market is in a major dip, once the market is in extreme fear. It's not the time to sell for your Bitcoin. I don't think so. Yes, markets can still go a little bit lower, for sure. We have said it several times before. But for the average price right now, average price, risk to reward, it is good. It's a very, very good. It's a very, very good time for accumulation. And there are still going to be always people going to say we're fucked, or we're going to be this, we're going to 20K or whatsoever. But it's up to you. It's up to you, you as a person, to make up your mind. Put all the puzzle pieces together. Look at the funding rates. Look at the open interest. Look at the futures market. Look at the market on the weekly time frame. Look at the market on a bigger scale. Zoom out on the fundamentals. So you know what? People were bullish on 69K on Bitcoin. But you know what? We're right now trading on 47K. And you know what? The fundamentals of Bitcoin have not changed a bit. A single bit. So if you were bullish on Bitcoin on 69,000 US dollars, you should be bullish right now here. In my opinion, at least. Because fundamentally speaking, Bitcoin has been not losing a piece of its value. It only, since of November, it only has been becoming stronger. The network, of course, the Taproot upgrade that came out, that improved the scalability, that improved the privacy and security of the network. So we're only seeing further increasements. And of course, since the Lightning were come, we of course didn't saw right away an increasement, but of course the adoption of the network is becoming bigger. Any thoughts on ENS, Ethereum name service? Never heard about it. It's this new DAO token down 40%. Whoa, that's crazy. I mean, once the token is down so much here, it's, yeah, could be of course potential buying ranges, of course. Never heard about this project before here. To be honest, I should as well tell you, to you guys, to you out there, I mean, of course, we have been looking at it. We have been looking at this uptrend, of course, getting broken. Then we saw a continuation down here, topside resistance. So indeed, if you're going to be approaching this chart, you have a buy range, you have a sell range. What are you trading on right now? You're trading on the buy range. So this is a bad buy. It's up to you right now, of course. But you're literally trading on open prices here on the Binance market. Here it got listed on Binance, and right now it's trading on the same level. So yeah, it's looking very good here. You have diamond hands, my brother. Yes, man, I've got diamond hands. My hands, they are not getting broken right now here. My hands are not getting broken, and I'm not going to be the one that's going to be panic sell the dip here. And I mean, my hands are so strong here. I'm so bad at selling, and I'm so happy that I'm so bad at selling, man, because I'm loving to buy the freaking dip every single time here, and I'm so loving it that I don't feel any fear anymore. And some people like in the past, I sometimes thought, oh shit, what should I do? What should I do? But right now, I still think like my heartbeat is not going to increase. I'm not going to be having sleepless night of it. No, I just sleep like always. I mean, you just have to deal with it. It's just a mental bottom. You have to be putting up the switch in your head. You have to put it up, and if you can manage to do that, you're going to be absolutely crushing the market. So yeah, it does look like accumulation ranges there right now trading on, man. So it does look pretty interesting. By the way, Bitcoin is getting rejected right now from the range. Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting what we do have over here. Testnet Sunday swap finally can be tested right now. Indeed, Sunday swap is right now on the testnet, but for Ethereum so far, it looks to be still very low. It's for the Ethereum domain names. That's pretty interesting for Ethereum domain names. And maybe it's a little bit overvalued because you have like as well unstoppable domains for Bitcoin domain names. But of course, yeah, it could be pretty big here because domain names on decentralized wallets and websites, etc., is going to be pretty big here, to be honest. So yeah, that's what we're going to be having here from this point. But of course, the only problem is that you're really going to be needing a layer 2 solution because your funding fee, your transaction fee is already so extremely high, of course. So already one of the 507k names got claimed here. Interesting. Vitalik point Ethereum. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So yeah, they a pretty interesting project, to be very honest. Very exciting. Very exciting. Don't you think the bull waves in crypto market are slowing down and drawing you out? Massive adoption will have huge volatile runs. Will need to come to an end some point. I mean, the point here, the mass adoption is here now, yeah. So the reason why we're not seeing these significant FOMO rallies yet here is because there's no FOMO yet. There is no FOMO yet in this market. You and me that right now invest in the market are the smarter people out there. We can clearly see here is that like the number of active addresses is still extremely low here on Bitcoin. We're not trading at all-time high stages. In 2017, we had more active addresses. You know what? Why the market is so high? The market is not so high because there's a lot of FOMO and a lot of retailers stepped in. No, that's not true. The market is so high right now because there are a lot of large parties in crypto. Large parties. And you can see literally this chart reflects this. The number of active addresses has been never so high as 2017. Of course, it has been a little bit higher here, Q1. But since right now, in this range of here, we have not a lot of active addresses. There's not a lot of people right now actively trading or actively being in crypto. And this thus clearly shows us that we are not in a FOMO stage right now. We're not in a FOMO stage at all. We're recovering from the May low here, where there was very less interest, of course, in the market. But still, we're in a rising interest, of course, but we come down along the way up here. But personally, I do think the real big FOMO is still yet to start, and you can see it literally reflecting on this chart here. Because, yeah, there's not a lot of active addresses right now here. What clearly does show us the major FOMO is still yet to start. And that's making me very exciting. That's making me very exciting. 30 minutes from now, we're going to close the 1 hour candle, by the way. That's pretty cool. Going to bed right now here, bro. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much here. Have a good sleep here. Have a very good sleep here. I don't think that China and Indians are going to be pumping Shiba. No. Keep it out of here. I received a 10k airdrop. Dollars from ends. I mean, that's a pretty crazy airdrop. I mean, if they've done airdrops, it's likely that the market comes down so quickly, to be honest. Because airdrops usually just creates sell pressure. Airdrops create sell pressure. That's just a fact. If an airdrop comes out here, it just is likely to see a market coming down very quickly. So yeah, it's pretty unfortunate the market is coming down so quickly from the highs, of course. But you have to always take everything in consideration. But if there are airdrops, usually, yeah, it could be dragging these markets down here, and that's of course a little bit more bearish, of course. So the CME gap is above right now. Yeah, we do have right now a CME gap above us on the 53.6k here, so it's of course having a little bit more of a bullish edge, then more of a bearish edge, of course. So CME gap is of course looking a little bit better this week than last week around, where we were of course having it the lowest. But of course, like you can see over here, we filled up the CME gap over there. Ethereum is in perfect buy range. I mean, I definitely could have been not said it any better than you, man. I could definitely not have said it any better. But anyways, guys, unfortunately, there are some things that I right now can't not do here, and that is of course oh, excuse me. I pressed accidentally the wrong button. But guys, unfortunately, I will be right now wrapping up the stream because I have to head out right now for a very quick appointment. I will be telling to you guys here that I will be back later today here as soon as we're going to see some more market volatility, and if we're going to see some interesting things that we right now have to be discussing, I will be back live here with you guys out there to discuss about what we could be expecting here on this market. So guys, don't forget to right now subscribe to the channel, press the like button, and of course ring the bell notification as well, so you're not going to miss out on any of the further content. So guys, make sure, if you already subscribed to the channel, smash up the bell notification button, because then you're not going to be missing out on any of the further streams or update videos we're going to be bringing out to you guys out there. But nevertheless, guys, thank you so much once again for watching towards this amazing new update here on the channel. I will be back later today if we're going to see some more interesting volatility or whatsoever in the market. If you want to be trading, or if you want to be signing up for any of these links in the description to trade the market or whatsoever, be my guest. Don't forget to as well follow me on Twitter, because on Twitter we will be keeping you guys up to date about all the other stuff once we're not live here. But nevertheless, guys, thank you so much for watching once again, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.